I thought you fell asleep, man. I swear. I was like, this fool fell asleep. I say he's probably tired and shit.
No. I'm good. I was just over here fucking around.
So you remember Jose? You know Dwann?
Yeah, I know Dwann. It's been a while. It's two Dwanns. He know who
What's up, Doc?
He know who the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, I know D. D from way
I ain't been in the comedy store in a minute, but yeah.
Well, there's no reason to go to a comedy store when you're a minority.
No, but look, I gotta give Doc credit because Doc, when he told me he's gonna get me on stage in there, he got me on stage. And that's the only time I got on stage in that original room because of Doc. Thank you, brother.
Oh, you welcome, dog. Shit, I always been about like making sure my niggas and just anybody minority get up, man. That shit was like one of the things that I said, fuck this, because they wasn't. Let's face it.
You could say it. Well, you could say it. What the fuck? They weren't fucking with minorities, dog. Like,
no. But at all. But I'll say this though. Part of it is racism. Part of it is just culture. You know what I mean? Like.
I'll be right back, Cisco.
He said to me, he said, man, the one thing I don't like, Doc, about Hollywood, he said, is the fact that Hollywood has to choose, the whites and Jews choose who the minorities should be, or who the next, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of our people choosing our people and telling them, hey, nigga, this the next nigga, they go, no, we like this guy.
Oh, yeah.
So it's, man, so with me, whenever anybody, hey, come through, I get you up right quick, man. I wouldn't be able to get you up every week, and I even told Dia tell you. I said, man, I can't get you up every week, but when I can, I get you up.
I remember that, man. I appreciate it.
But you know what's funny is, they'll say, oh, Mexicans taking jobs. In Hollywood, Indian people are taking the minority job now. Because if you notice, every movie, every TV show, instead of having the one black kid or the one Hispanic kid, now they got an Indian kid in there.
Don't forget about British too, my nigga. Like Idris Elba is British, my nigga. Like, it's like you passed up all the niggas.
You're right, Doc. Because when they're black, they're not born here. There's David Oyelowo playing Martin Luther King. You got Cynthia Erivo playing Harriet Tubman. It's like all the people playing black heroes weren't born here. None of them.
Yeah, because what they're saying is, yeah, you're black, but you're not black. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
So it's like this thing where they go, okay, look, we got a black person that's like, you fucking motherfuckers, you know what we talking about. And that's what I don't like about Hollywood.
And I feel your pain because every time they put somebody to play a Mexican on a movie or a TV show, they're Puerto Rican.
Yeah, Jennifer Lopez playing Selena. Like,
yeah. No, dude. But what about Lou Diamond Phillips? He's Filipino playing Richie Valens.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, you come out of La Bamba?
La Bamba, yeah.
Even on San Deliver, he played a cholo.
Yeah. Shit is just preposterous. Fucking Tom Cruise played a goddamn samurai. It's like, what?
The Last Samurai, yeah.
Yeah, it was like, come on, man.
Tom Cruise.
But we go back. We know that Hollywood's been doing that forever, dog. And it's and you know why they do it, and it's always to to uplift the Caucasian people, to make it always seem like because if that's all
30 for 30 with Bruce Lee.
I have not watched it still. I want to watch it. Dude, I'm glad you told me. I'm gonna watch that shit tonight.
Watch that shit, man. Bruce dumped them on their head.
Did he?
They did the same shit we talking about. They tried to put him in a category and wouldn't let him be a leading man. He said, fuck you. He went to China, became a hit. The only problem with Bruce, he died before he ever really got a chance to see it come into fruition. But he was so gigantic over in China, Hollywood went over there and fucked with him.
Remember Bruce before Bruce Lee.
In today's day, Hollywood is losing total control because of social media. People becoming hot on their own. They learning the game. They learning how you got people like Tyler Perry going, hey man, this is how you can do it. So other people looking at Tyler like, oh shit, I didn't know we can do it like that. Man.
Remember, before Bruce Lee, all Asians played the goofy Chinese guy. They were never serious in movies before. Bruce Lee was the first Chinese person that had a serious image on TV.
Yeah.
Well, you want to hear a double whammy? So a double whammy is like somebody like me. I will never get booked to play a Mexican part. I won't get booked to play any part. but I won't get booked to be a Mexican part because I'm not dark enough to be a Mexican.
Man, don't say that shit, man.
No, serious shit. Dude, I've been on, listen to me. I've been in auditions, Doc, and I go in the I sit in there and I'm like, God damn, all these motherfuckers look like George Lopez. None of them look like me. None of them look like me. None of them. So, you know, it's, hey, let me.
I never thought about that, Cisco.
Yeah, hey, come on, light-skinned black guys get it too, bro. Yeah, light-skinned black guys get it too.
You want to go by that, or you want to go by more of a scientific approach? Because I'm more of a scientific approach than I am. I'm more of a religion or a scientific approach than I am the way Hollywood tries to look at shit. And the reason I'm saying that is because it is. If you look at most of the hot motherfuckers that get hot, it's always the ones that they deny. Eddie Murphy. We'll be all day naming.
Wait, what did Eddie Murphy get denied? He never got that motherfucker. They picked him out of a high school play.
Bro, they didn't even want him to be in 48 Hours, bro. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Look that shit up. They didn't want him to be in it.
But he is already on Beverly Hills Cop, right?
Jumped out of it, and that's why he got the part.
Beverly Hills Cop was for Sylvester Stallone.
No shit.
He turned it down.
Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah.
What?
Yes. Yeah. That's what you understand, Cisco. They didn't think Eddie Murphy was gonna be that dude. He just kept rising. He kept getting going. Like they ain't have a choice.
Damn.
It's the same thing with Leslie. They wanted Leslie Jones to sit in the fucking back and write. And as soon as they put her in the skit, bang! I'm telling you, man, it's like, man, most other people that they push fail.
Yeah, but she caught flack from everybody once they put on that skit.
But
because she did that joke about me and LeBron James having a kid. The black community didn't really appreciate that, bro.
Right, because the black community full of shit, and this is why. Because Leslie Jones been doing that joke before that in the black community. That's what makes me mad about them. I'm like,
that's true.
You gotta ask yourself, is the ones that's the black community, it's not the real black community. It's that bullshit political, that same political, that PC group. It's a group of black people that's like that. They live in that bullshit ass box. But you see, if that was the case, why is Leslie still thriving? Because whoever the fuck that was talking shit, they phony as fuck, my nigga. Like, you got to stop focusing on those little bullshit ass boxes and focus on America. America tell you who the fuck you are, regardless. That's all of it.
What do you mean tells us who we are? As far as what?
As far as this. So I always say there's 3 types of ways to get fans. You get fans through Hollywood, you get fans through America, or you get fans through both. The difference is Hollywood, if you get fans through Hollywood, they can fuck up your career.
Yeah.
You get fans just through America first as a stand-up, they can't fuck with you.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's your fans. So it's the same reason. Here, let me put it to you this way. When Louis C.K. got into all that shit, what did Louis C.K. do? Look at his last special. Where was it shot? Across seas. Because Louis said, you fucking motherfuckers, y'all want to do this? I'm going to go across seas and show you I got so many fans, I don't even need to be in the United States, dog.
It's like Bill Hicks back in the day.
That's the game. The game is to not be controlled by the small group who controls everything, but to be controlled by the group who controls the small group. Because the powerful people can't fucking make money if they don't make money off the big group. So once the big group is behind you, they like, God damn it. Well, we gonna say what we gonna say anyway.
Well, here's my thing. I've always said that, especially in the world of stand-up comedy, that if you don't have your people supporting you, you don't become a big star. You don't become the biggest star because Hollywood wants the guy, like they're always looking for that black comedian that all the black people love because they got white comics that America loves. They want the black comedian. Now, Chappelle superseded all of that because Chappelle got everybody loving his ass.
Chris Rock was the same way.
And Chris Rock as well. But like Martin Lawrence, Cat Williams, those dudes blew up. George Lopez, another example. If Mexican people or Latinos didn't support George Lopez, white America wouldn't have fucked with him. Hollywood wouldn't have fucked with him because he would just been another funny dude that people like. But there we got they got the white dollars. Let's just say they got the white dollars. They want the African American dollars. They want the Latino money. They want the Asian money. Well, I think they push Ali Wong, and there ain't too many Asians either. Ali Wong's funny. She's up there. They push the shit out of her. They're making money off her. They want that other money. They want other people. Joe Coy. They push Joe Coy hard. They want that money.
Because they not talented. They wait to see what the people like and then pick off the top. Because
they've thrown out that bait.
We give these people so much. We give these people so much power. They have no talent. They wait until the people pick them up. But then once people push them forward, they have to make sure it's somebody that's gonna say what they want to say. Because Corey Holcomb got the following. Yeah. But Corey Holcomb says what the fuck he wants to say. Yeah,
they don't want to.
So at the same time, it's like, nah, he got the following, but we can't mute him when we want him to.
Nope.
So they look for that medium, someone that the people follow that Kevin they can Hart. Also pull a leash on.
Kevin Hart. Yeah. I'm sorry to say, but Kevin Hart.
Say that because they did fuck with Corey. They gave him
for a minute.
No, Corey. I talked to Corey about Corey. What's his name? The guy that did that Will Packer. He had a relationship with Will Packer, and every lick that he's gotten in Hollywood has become a particular personal relationship with somebody. Oh, but when it comes time, because when you look at his level of funny and his ability to draw an audience everywhere he goes, there's no reason why they shouldn't be putting major money behind him. But he gonna talk about abortions and shit, and so they're like, nah.
And you can't put a muzzle on him.
And Louis C.K. then.
Huh?
What would be the difference between him?
Oh, Corey goes far. Corey goes way harder than Louis C.K. The level he goes way. It's not close. I love Louis C.K.
It ain't close. And even though Louis C.K. grew up in Mexico, he's white. You know what I mean? Dude, look at Anthony Jeselnik. How much of a leash they give out? You think?
As far as content is concerned, and then I even when I said it, I feel like shit because I was like, "Goddamn, Louis White." But
that's a big difference. If Corey Holcomb was white, he'd be a fucking huge star.
Yeah, he'd be.
Let's be honest.
He'd be filling out stadiums.
Yeah,
and he'd be on every TV show.
Yeah, if he was white.
Is that why Steve Harvey won't get canceled?
Corey like that. He's funny. He's funny to us. And I think he's a comic. That's number one. And then number two is, I feel like, man, I'm one of them dudes kind of like, I feel like regardless of what people promote, they can't fuck with your stand-up. Corey's had 2 specials, dog.
But Corey's a real comic where he says what he thinks, and he doesn't apologize for what he says. And that's what a real comic does.
Let's do it like this. Let's reverse it. Let's watch it. Now watch what I'm about to show you. Kevin Hart was at the same level what you would say with Corey Holcomb was, right?
I might say he might have been a little lower.
No, he popped because of his 2 specials he dropped. Corey has dropped 2 specials.
No, dude, he popped because of Shaq's Comedy Jam. That's what made fucking Kevin Hart pop.
Dude, I saw Kevin Hart off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's what I like. I knew him from the comedy.
What the fuck? Was he on there?
Yeah. What I'm saying though is stand-up wise, people have seen him. His comedy specials and everything. One thing that can't be denied is the comedy. Like it's this thing, right? And if you have this one thing, no matter what, you gonna pop.
You got to look at the story behind it also because of Corey's content. Like Corey, Netflix won't put his specials up. He's done more specials and he'll sell out his specials through his website and through his fan base. But because of what he talks about, Netflix won't fuck with him.
Okay.
Specials done, completed, sold, funny as hell. But they're like, you talk about this. We ain't putting it out.
Well, I'm gonna educate you on Netflix. Now, you know where Corey got his first specials were, right? What was his first 2 specials at?
I don't remember.
Comedy Central.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Was it?
Huh?
Was it Comedy Central?
Comedy Central, my nigga. Go look.
Okay.
Comedy Central put his special up. Now watch this. Or if I am wrong, I know for sure one is. One was shown, his half-hour special is Comedy Central. So now, watch this. Guess who fucking is the people that put all the specials on Netflix now, my nigga?
Yeah, it's the Comedy Central people now.
It's the Comedy Central people, D. It's the communists. It's the same people. It's not.
It's not. Well, I think you miss. I think you're missing me. It could be the same. It could be the same people. All that's true. But when you're talking about the content that he's talking about, when you're somebody that talks about racism on the level that he talks about it on his show, it's one of those things. Because I'm someone.
He's a troublemaker. He's a troublemaker. He's a troublemaker.
Yeah, it's a different level when you're going to say whatever needs to be said versus you're just going to keep people laughing and you're funny, but you're not going to go there. It's a different level of support that you get from the industry, no matter what color you are.
Look at Paul Mooney. When's the last time you seen Paul Mooney on some shit, man?
He was really old when he finally got his first. It was really the Chappelle show that they had to do something, but he had been doing that shit years before that. They didn't give him. They didn't know about him.
They didn't give him shit, man. They didn't like it. They didn't like his material.
Because of Chappelle show, you had to.
Yeah. Well, Cisco, you already know how I feel about Paul, so I don't even want to talk
about Paul.
I don't know, so you can tell me.
I'm not.
Me neither, Jose.
Paul is one of them dudes. When I've watched him, you can see a dude that basically spiraled into a ball of hate, in my opinion of him. And when I watched Paul, you could see the genius in him, but you can also see the hate in him, and you can go, oh, the hate is what held him back for me. When I watched Paul over the years, and I go, Paul, for me, I go, man, he got too much anger and too much hate. And other people have risen above further than him, from Dick Gregory to Cosby to Richard to, you understand what I'm saying? So you would say, well, Dick Gregory was like Lenny Bruce, and it's just like, enough, man. Like it's a thousand excuses for why these guys, and it's like they just don't have it. That's how I look at it. So when I assess Paul myself, I've never been like a big fan of Paul. I used to walk out of the OR room on him, or sometimes I'd be like, this nigga is just like.
I remember when I first saw Paul Mooney on TV, I was wondering, where the hell you been all my life? You way funnier than everybody they done put up in my face. Okay. I should have known about you 20 years ago. That's my first thought.
Paul Mooney was a good writer. Paul Mooney.
Maybe he's just resentful.
Yeah, I just feel like he may even been to a point where here's the thing, it's not that he's not funny. You didn't hear me say he's not funny. Yeah. I said that he's just have all this anger and
look. I don't buy all that, because everybody that Chevy Chase has the one of the notorious legacy for being one of the biggest assholes in Hollywood history. Bitter, people don't like him. His only friend is Dan Aykroyd, and the motherfucker got a street named after him. So anger ain't stop people from getting shit.
That's two different genres and two different.
It's comedy. Comedy is comedy.
Don't do that. Don't ever put action and stand up together. I don't
think I've ever seen Chevy Chase do stand up.
No, I'm talking about. I said comedy. We talking about their influence in Hollywood. We were just talking about Hollywood.
Okay,
that's a different beast.
There's a lot of assholes, Dwann, that got streets named after them.
It's a lot of assholes.
Stars and streets.
I know what's his name? Donald Glover was calling out Chevy Chase on that show, Community. He's like, oh, this guy's just.
Really? What'd he say?
I can't quote it, but basically along the lines of he's racist. He doesn't want to adapt to what's going on. He feels entitled.
Really?
Yeah, and so they to the point where Donald Glover was like, well, I don't want to be doing scenes with him and stuff.
You could even if you want to keep it stand up, you can go to that girl. What's her? She's on that show Insecure. She's on that. I'm drawing a blank. Amanda Seales.
Oh, Amanda Seales.
Amanda Seales has been. It's been a lot of stories about her lately. People from her own show talk about her attitude. Yeah. But she that ain't stopping her. She blowing up like a motherfucker. You see? Right. She on everything.
Right. I've seen Yvonne Orji, though, from Insecure, though. She's been blowing up. She's been opening up for Chris Rock.
Dude, you know what I like about Dwann's fucking IG is he puts books I've never heard of that I go, fuck, I got to read that book. Like most black people haven't read this shit. They go, fuck, I gotta read that shit. You know,
I love reading, man, because they didn't teach us this shit in school, man. So I'm like, fuck it. Each one teach one.
Absolutely. No, and then you put up like a lot of music, and like you'll put up like Roy Ayers and Willie Hutch, and that shit takes me back. Because, you know, you look at me, you're like, that motherfucker didn't listen to no Roy Ayers or Willie Hutch. Or
Roy Ayers got a new CD that came out last week.
Damn.
With Shaheed Muhammad from Tribe Called Quest. They did an album together.
Wow.
And that shit is hot.
No shit. I got to check that out. That's what you posted, right?
Yeah, I posted it. Look, it's called Jazz's Day. If you look, it's a green album cover. It's on my Instagram. Get that album.
So my boy Bad Luck that I grew up with, he's heavily into like the old soul music and shit. So Roy Ayers, Willie Hutch, all those groups, everything you put up. That's why I know who they are, because we used to get together and drink and just put the stereo on. And he fucking, you know, we drink all night, whatever.
I got a new show coming out called Incense and Ashtrays, where we talking music and like that.
Oh, you gotta get my.
So I'm gonna want you on there, Cisco.
No,
but definitely.
I try to get my boy Bad Luck too, because he fucking.
Get Bad Luck on, yeah, but both of you.
Hey, let me tell you about my boy Bad Luck, dude. Did you ever meet him, Doc?
Bad Luck?
No, you never met him. You never. So my boy Bad Luck, we grew up together, man. This dude.
Is he a rapper? Because there's a rapper called Bad Luck.
Nah, this motherfucker's and he's Bad Luck. That's what you got. That's what you got.
That's that Harold Melvin and the Blue Note song.
Yeah. So that was his song and shit all the time. He called himself Bad Luck. He goes, I got so much bad luck, man. You know, he always said he had the worst luck. And the funny thing is, he called himself Bad Luck. I got shot when I was 17 at his house. I'm like, motherfucker, if you're bad luck, I'm worse luck.
That's fucked up.
Because they came to your house and they shot my ass, not you. But that dude, so he was a bus driver, and he got carpal tunnel on his wrist. Fucking got hooked on that Vicodin, got hooked on that oxycodone. That was the end of that, bro. That was a wrap. He fucking just started falling off. Even to this day, he has to take like fucking Xanax every day. He moved from LA. He grew up in South LA, like, you know, the Florence area and all that. He grew up there. And then, that's where my dad lived. So in the summers, I used to be with him all the time. And, you know, we played ball at I don't know if you know LA area, but there's a park, Roosevelt Park.
Yeah.
With the Blue Line and Nadu.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Dude, that's when the black kids and Latino kids got along, bro. Because there was no, like, the drug shit hadn't started when they started all the beefs and all the shootings and all that bullshit. So we were all friends. We all grew up friends, man.
Here's how it is in the politics in LA. On the streets, blacks and Latinos always got along. But when them bullshit orders get sent out from the prisons, that's when shit gets fucked up and changed. Yeah. And people got to learn how to stop being used by a whole bunch of motherfuckers who don't have their best interests at heart. Because you know how I grew up on 58th and Broadway, and I remember how it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
In the 80s, the block was for the most part all black. By 92, 93, it was for the most part all Mexican. Within like a 5-year period, you saw it just change. Yeah. But when everybody came, it wasn't like no tension like you stay over there. It was like, okay, y'all are them neighbors, cool. You know what I mean? And it was always that way. And it was always a coolness. So when I be hearing about these shoots, it's like, what the fuck that shit come from?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why when I started hearing all this shit, I was like, God damn, dude. When we were kids, we played Little League together. We played basketball together. We played football together. When did all these tensions start? And
the Mexican homie's uncle was always playing war. Like, always listening to war.
Oh, yeah.
Like, shit, he always had the good-ass music. Shit.
Yeah. But, yeah, so Bad Luck, so he got hooked on all that shit. Now so he grew up in L.A. Now he lives in Wyoming.
Oh, shit.
Like, he's out in Wyoming. Yeah. So, now you talk about a hood dude. Like, he's from the hood, dog. There ain't no denying it. And he still acts like kid. And I go, dude, really? You're going to go carry that attitude to fucking Wyoming? They're gonna shoot your ass, dog. They're going to fucking shoot your ass. And wow. But, yeah, dude, that's a dude that would be good for the, what you call it, ashtrays and what?
Incense and ashtrays. We talking music.
Yeah, that motherfucker knows a lot. If you want to talk about, like, soul and all, he knows a lot of shit. Like, he's the one, New Birth. He got me into New Birth, all of those groups, man.
All that good old shit. And
then when you hear those, and then, it's funny because he would play those songs, and then I go, wait a minute, that's fucking Warren G's song. Or that's an Ice Cube song. They were all sampling.
All that 90s was sampled off that good old shit.
Yeah. You don't listen to none of that, Doc, or what? You're muted, dog. What's up? I can't hear you.
I probably, if I hear the music, I'll probably know the music, but I don't know the dudes y'all talking about.
Oh, okay. Old school, dude. It's old school, like 60s, 70s. What is it?
60s, 70s, 70s, 80s. Yeah, all that good old shit.
It's because your parents listened to it, huh? Is that what it was?
Man, my dad listened to it all. And then
same shit. I was rebellious against their music. I used to be like, man.
See, I listened
not
to
all of it.
And then
quite a lot of it, but some of it is like
now Cisco, like when I turned 14, I taught myself how to play the drums. Okay. And like I was playing Tupac and Biggie, and that shit was easy. I picked it up right away.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hold on. It's an original version of this, and it sounds better. Yeah. And so that's what made me get real deep in learning how to be a musician. Like I had to challenge myself more, so I had to go to where it came from. Like the little 4-bar loops was too easy. I figured that shit out my first week with some drumsticks.
Yeah, my dad, me too. I picked up a lot of my music taste from my dad. My dad was a big Motown fan. He was Smokey Robinson. He loved Smokey Robinson and the Temptations.
My dad, yeah.
But my dad, dude, that's his favorite movie, The Temptations, The 5 Heartbeats. You know, growing up, dude, honestly, bro, you would have thought like you was in a black home because everything we watched was like Bingo Long, Traveling All-Stars, and Motor Kings. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
Billy D. Williams and fucking James Earl Jones, Richard Pryor.
My grandpa used to watch that.
Yeah. Dope ass movie. We used to watch The White Shadow. We used to watch fucking dude, my dad played basketball at Fremont High School. So my dad grew up on 60th and Central.
Okay,
but this is back in the day.
That's where the Crips started.
Dude, my dad was in a black gang, bro.
Because that's crazy because the Crips started on 63rd and San Pedro, not too far from there.
He was the only Latino. He used to tell me, we used to wear light blue cardigans. I'm like, what the fuck?
Cardigans,
dog. I said, they would laugh at you now, Dad. He goes, oh, we were cool. He's like, we were cool. Like,
cardigans.
So you know, so grew up a lot with the African American influence and shit, and it goes back to my dad and all that. My dad was into all that stuff, and rubs off. Your dad's music rubbed off on you. Yep. My dad's music rubbed off on me. I didn't live with my dad, but I spent my weekends with him and I spent my vacations with him. So he liked to drink and fucking listen to music. Drink, listen to music. When he wasn't working, drinking and listening to music.
That's it.
Then he got into cocaine, and then he got into, and then he really liked to drink. He was fucking, dude, my dad died of alcoholism. Like, he was a functioning alcoholic. 30 years, bro. 30 years he worked at the same job. He missed one day for illness. One day. And he drank every fucking day of those 30 years. That's some crazy shit.
How old was he when he passed away?
61, 62.
Man, that's young.
He's still young.
Yeah, he passed away like 62, something like 62. I want to say 62. And bro, he wouldn't give it up. He did not want to. Come on, man, just give me a wine bottle, something, man. I'm like, oh, dude, fucking. He drank tequila, dude. He used to drink a fucking half gallon of tequila a day.
No way.
He could drink a half gallon a day, and the cheap shit, Cuervo. Ugh, that's the cheapest tequila you could drink. It's disgusting. It's bad.
Damn.
Like, you ever had tequila, Dwann?
Hell yeah.
What kind you like?
Don Julio or
Don Julio's good, man. Don Julio's good.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite one. Is Don Julio.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Don Julio's my favorite. The 1942 will blow your mind.
Yeah, that's smooth.
Yeah, because like Patron, when you first open a Patron bottle, it smelled like Elmer's glue. It's like, oh God.
I got hooked with the marketing when Patron was out. Like Patron this, Patron that.
Heavy.
I was like, damn, let me give me some Patron Silver.
They took tequila to another level, bro. They did. Their marketing and all that. They took, because Cuervo was out and people would do tequila shots at the bar. You do tequila shots and margaritas and you'd buy Cuervo. But when Patron came out, it kind of took tequila, and then people started like buying different tequilas and fucking Don Julio and
the dude that owned Patron used to be homeless.
I thought it was Paul Mitchell.
Yeah, he used to be homeless.
Was he? Is it Paul Mitchell, the hair dude?
It's
I thought it was Paul Mitchell. I heard that Paul Mitchell owned Patron.
You know what's funny, Cisco?
Okay.
You said I forgot about that. Patron really did make tequila relevant because before Patron, tequila was what all the bad guys were drinking the Western with a worm in it.
Yeah.
And then they drink some tequila before they fuck you up.
But that's not tequila. The one with the worm in is mezcal.
But for TV,
they would say tequila.
They would say tequila, and then he would drink the shit. Then he gonna kill 15,000 people. And then Patron came out, and it became the shit. And you're right, the marketing did do it. Yep. But I went to a party one time, and it was open bar. It was a Don Julio sponsored party.
Yeah.
And I had that Don Julio, and I was like, this is way better than Patron.
It's smoother. Way
smoother. And then after that was like 2006. After that, it was just Don Julio.
So I'll tell you the one. So Cuervo has they have a really good tequila. It's called La Reserva de la Familia, the family reserve. That one's $100 a bottle. That one's good.
It better be good. Shit.
They got one called Traditional, which is like $35. That one's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. If you buy the Cuervo Gold, though, the reason why that's shitty is because it's not 100% tequila. So in order for them to put tequila on the bottle, it has to be at least 51% tequila. So that Cuervo Gold, the reason why you get those nasty headaches and all that is because it's 51% tequila and it's 49% sugarcane alcohol.
Oh shit! I know
so that cheap shit, that cheap sugarcane alcohol, and that's why it's there's Cuervo Gold has it. What's that other one? Jose, the Swaza.
Oh yeah.
Salsa.
Salsa.
Yeah, that's the shit you buy if you just run over a chick house real quick.
Salsa Gold. If it doesn't say 100% agave, it's mixed with sugarcane alcohol.
I'll tell you what's the shit. What the tequila that people be sleeping on.
Yeah.
That's that Kirkland tequila from Costco.
Really?
All them the whole Kirkland, the Kirkland vodka, the Kirkland tequila, the Kirkland goddamn bourbon, that shit good than a motherfucker.
They probably buy it off somebody. They probably buy it off a good company and just put their label.
They do, because like the vodka, I heard the vodka they get from Grey Goose. They just white label some Grey Goose, and it tastes like it. And it's like $13 for the big 1.75 bottle.
Damn. It's good to know. Shit.
Fucks with that Costco. Fucks with it.
Yeah.
The dude
Fucks with that $1 hot dog from Costco.
The dude what? Sorry, go ahead, Doc.
The co-founder, the guy from Patron.
Yeah.
He's from Echo Park, dog.
Okay.
What's his name?
John Paul Johns de Joria.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
John?
de Joria. Well, de Joria in Espanol. But yeah, he's from Echo Park, neighborhood of Los Angeles.
He's probably not even Mexican or nothing. He's probably fucking like
Portuguese
and shit.
Yeah, it says that he was born second son of an Italian immigrant father and a Greek immigrant mother.
There you go.
Yeah.
But in order for it to be called tequila, there's only 5 regions that agave could be grown. It's like champagne, right?
Like champagne in France, yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the other liquor out there? There's something else too. Isn't it the cognac? I think cognac has to be from a certain region or no?
Oh, I know that.
No, I don't know.
I think so.
There's another alcohol. I can't remember what it was.
I know that about tequila though.
Yeah, tequila has to be from Jalisco. There's parts of Jalisco, Guanajuato, and I can't remember. But if it's not grown there, they call it agave juice or some shit like that. They can't put tequila on there, or they get fined.
I'm glad they own that name though. That's some good shit.
No, I remember I went to this Vice party, and it was on the corner of 4th and Main in downtown LA, and it was by Vice, sponsored by Hornitos. And I was like, what the heck is Hornitos? And it was like brand new tequila. And it's like, oh, it's open bar. I was like, all right, I'm about to get fucked up. So we go to the bar, and it's like, all right, so let me get some tequila and pineapple juice. All right, ran out of pineapple juice. All right, tequila and orange juice. All right, ran out of freaking orange juice. All right, just tequila and ice. So I was like, all right, cool. Then they ran out of ice. I was like, all right, cool, just warm tequila. And dang, after that night, no more Hornitos ever again.
You threw that shit up, huh?
No, I didn't throw it up, but I had the nastiest hangover ever, and I was like, nope, never again. Never, ever again.
I did the same thing. We drank a bottle of Hornitos for Super Bowl. Damn, this is in the 90s. I want to say the last Cowboys Super Bowl. They beat the Bills, I think. They beat
97, 96?
95. That was when they beat the Steelers.
Because they beat the Bills back to back, right?
That was 93, 92, 93.
So maybe it was around 93. Yeah. Maybe it might have been that Super Bowl. And I remember we had Hornitos. I threw up. Never had it again. I was like, that shit's
Y'all tried the rock shit?
The what?
Have y'all tried any of y'all tried the rock shit?
The rock out of tequila?
I've heard of that one. ROC?
No. It's called Terra.
The Rock, the actor? Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah,
Okay.
he got a tequila.
Oh, no, I didn't know about that. I know Jeff Bridges, the dude, he has Titos Vodka.
That's his?
Oh, it's called,
Yeah.
I've heard of Tito's. Is that any good? I've heard it's pretty good.
Not bad.
I'm not a vodka.
Terramana tequila.
Terramana?
Yeah, Teremana. I'm on his page right now.
Terramana. Damn, I've never heard of that.
Page, he made a watermelon manarita.
Okay.
What the fuck is that, bro? What the fuck? Look, tequila doesn't mix with shit. Tequila is straight up, bro. Tequila is straight up, and you're supposed to sip on it like a cognac. You're not supposed to take shots.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. You're supposed to sip on it like a cognac with a beer chaser.
Goddamn views of him making this goddamn tequila drink.
God damn.
With watermelon. Motherfucker's killing it.
15 million.
I need help. Okay, look, Cisco, I need you to break down how to properly drink tequila. Please put me on game. I never heard this before. Go ahead, my brother.
What you need?
Yeah, when I went to Mexico, I was blown away how they drink tequila in Mexico.
And
it's
so
different.
in Mexico, the way they drink it, white people invented the shooter shit, bro. Like, let's get fucked up, man. Fucking pour me a shot.
Yeah, they looked at me weird when I asked them for Patron in Mexico. Like, no, we don't have that here.
That's why I asked, because I want to know how the natives do it, because that's the way it's supposed to be done. So please.
You pour a shot and a beer. You get a beer, or some of them do it with, with a sangrita.
A sangrita or a lemon and the tequila, 3 of them.
No, they don't even do the lemon in Mexico, bro. They call you a pussy.
Writing this down. They
call you a pussy.
With the lime, though, right?
They do the lime on the hand and they put a little salt.
Yeah, the salt. Yeah.
So you said sangrita?
They do a sangrita. They sell that in the store sometimes. It's a little bottle. It's like a red juice. Sangrita.
Okay.
It's kind of like a spicy, citrusy kind of the drink, and you chase it with that, or
so it's not the same as sangria.
Huh?
It's not the same as sangria.
No, sangria is different because sangria
is the wine thing.
Yeah.
They said sangrita. What else?
Sangrita, or you just chase it with, like, you sip and you chase it with a beer. Sip.
Oh, a beer. Sip. Okay, sip and chase
like
with
a cognac, right? A cognac. People sip cognac and drink a beer. Chase it with a. Some people chase it with a beer. Some people just sip cognac straight up. Like, I don't chase it with a beer. I can't be mixing shit. So I'll sip it. I'll just sip tequila. I mean, I'll take a shot now and then if I'm in a hurry. I'll just fucking down it. But you're supposed to sip it and enjoy it and savor it.
Thank you for that. I'm gonna do that shit tonight with my Kirkland tequila.
So mezcal, that's the one with the worm in it. The one you're talking about. Mezcal, that's a little harsher, man. It's a little. I ain't gonna lie.
It has like a smoky. It has like a smoky aftertaste.
Yeah, it's a smoky aftertaste. And that one you sip and you chase with a beer. Like when I was in Mexico City, they were like, "Hey, you want a mezcal?" I'm like, "I ain't never had one. Fuck it, give me one." And so they hooked me up a shot and a beer. And I go, "Fuck, I told you I just wanted a mezcal." He goes, "No, you gotta have the beer with the shot." And he goes, "And you sip it and you chase it with the beer. You sip it, chase it with the beer."
Was the worm in that shot?
Nah, they don't put the worm in there. Fuck that. I don't fuck with the worm. That's the shit you do when you're already toasted. Fuck it, give me the worm.
Fuck that. I don't want anything with worm being shitting in.
They eat those. They eat the worm. In Mexico, check this out. They're called escamoles, tacos of escamole, and they're a specific worm on the maguey plant, and those fucking tacos are expensive, bro. It's a delicacy. That shit's expensive. They eat ant eggs. That shit's a delicacy. Ant eggs.
Ants have eggs?
Yeah. I forgot what they're called, those tacos, but they're expensive, dog. Like, I think 4 tacos runs you like $16.
Like, I knew ants had eggs, but how do you scrape them to put them in? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I ain't never had none of that.
I know they had them. I was trying to figure out, how do you pick them up?
Well, man, worms is like bugs. They like super high in like amino acids and
like protein and all that shit. Yeah.
So like,
I don't think that's why they do it, bro. I think that's like a poor man's thing. Like Like that's a serious shit. That's a like look, if you look at it's funny because we're talking about racism the other day and racism in Mexico and how the Black Lives Matter movement here has influenced a movement in Mexico, and people have gone to the rich neighborhoods in Mexico City, and because they spray painted all the rich motherfuckers on their walls and said, "How does it feel to look down on hunger from your windows?" And shit like that, like and they've termed those people the Whitexicans now.
Okay.
They call them the Whitexicans. And they've started to, because I don't know if you guys heard, but there was a kid in Mexico who was taken by the cops for not wearing a mask, and they beat the shit out of him and killed him.
Yeah,
I heard about that. Yeah,
for not having a mask, for being on the street with no mask.
Right, or maybe 2 months ago.
So that's when they started rioting, and they set that cop on fire. They poured the gas on him and lit his ass on fire. I'm like, damn, that's some shit you don't see here. I said,
it's some good stuff to see, because I've always wondered, like, what's in Mexico. I gotta go back and watch that episode. It's good to see them rising up, because I've always been in love with Mexican history, you know. And when you talk about Gaspar Yanger and how he, you know, the Afro Mexican that helped get Spain up off their back, and Vicente Guerrero, the second president who abolished slavery. Yeah. And then after they abolished slavery, they killed his motherfucking ass for doing it, you know. And so it's just like, it's very, you know, Vicente Guerrero,
he had African roots.
Yeah, and so then here in America, there are colonies that escaped that still live in northern Mexico that escaped from slavery, that they still sing Negro spirituals in English, but they speak Spanish, you know. And
I didn't know that. Dang,
yeah, it's a colony up in the northern, not too, about 100 miles south of Texas, and it's a few colonies over there where that was a major place for people to escape slavery, was to go down to Mexico. Yeah. And there was a man named John Horse who fought Jackson, President Jackson, well, before he was president, in Florida during the Seminole Wars. And when the Seminole Wars was over, he went down to Mexico to help them fight and get the French and everybody off their back. And so there's a lot of blacks from America that went into Mexico, but it's like you never hear about them.
No, you don't.
You don't hear anything. It's like, and Mexico just started including a lot of blacks on their census, in 2015?
Yeah.
And so it's like, now that they're putting it on there, it's interesting to just to observe and see what's going on, because, you know, Mexico has a very rich history, but that part never gets talked about, like, ever.
Oh no, dude! I was mentioning this last night. I didn't learn shit, or was it the night before? I can't remember. I didn't learn about. It's like you went to college, and you know, you go to college or you go to school or you get books or whatever. And so I took Chicano history in school, and only because it was not a requirement, but it was an option. I said, fuck it, I'll take Chicano history. And then when I took that just opened my eyes to, like, goddamn, like, they never taught us none of this shit in school. Like I'm finally learning about where I come from, like where my people evolved from and came from, you know. And the funny thing is that a lot of Mexican Americans that live in the United States, they didn't come from Mexico. They just fucking stayed here. They come from families that were here when this just became the United States. So, like, you know, they always say, we didn't cross the border crossed us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
especially in Riverside.
And they'll have people telling them, go back where you came from. Well, motherfucker, I am where I came from. This is where I came from. I'm from here. You know what I'm saying? But so when I took those classes, I read a lot of books. We read a lot of books for the class, and then I was like, fuck, this is. So then I took Chicano thought, you know, to read, you know, to get more, you know, more knowledge about, you know, people's lives and people like in the Central Valley of California, or from Arizona, or from Texas. And, you know, you start finding out, like, God damn, this is some bullshit. And the people who wrote these books are not even from Mexico. They're American, but they're not included in American history.
They're not. They write that, and then they tell you, and like, and the same thing with history, the Mojave look like the Kembe Mutombo, you know, in certain ones. And then, especially when you're dealing with, like, in American history, they never talk to you about Alabama and the East Coast and all the dark natives that are from there and from there. I was doing my own family history, and part of my mother's lineage, going back 5 generations, was from a Native American tribe from Michigan.
No shit.
And when you look at them, like all of my cousins, they all look like Chris Webber. And it's a Native American tribe. It's like we found one picture of my great grand uncle in a museum in Michigan.
Damn.
And
Really?
and they're like from one of the native tribes from up there, and everybody looks like they could have played basketball for the Fab Five.
I was about to say Chris Webber. That fool had the high top fade and the black socks.
Oh yeah.
But they don't tell you that, in history class.
It's fucked up. I last remember Chris Webber. I only remember him with the Kings. I remember him calling timeout.
I remember him sitting out a whole season and getting paid on the bench.
That's a lot of dudes, though, dog. Shit, that's a lot
Chris
of dudes.
Webber, the timeout. Wow.
Steve Nash, motherfucker. Steve Nash took all his money from the Lakers and shit.
He played, 2 weeks?
2 fucking weeks, dog.
Yeah.
And he got paid. How long was his contract? Was it
Millions.
3 years? Was
Like
it 4 years?
2 or 3 years. I don't remember. But fuck, dude. I was like, this motherfucker, man.
He was one of the first players I saw him laying on the floor for his back problems or whatever.
And that's because we didn't get Chris Paul. We fucking went and got Steve. We should have just picked up Jalen Rose if that was the case. Shit.
But you're right, Chris Paul. They fucked us over with that Chris Paul thing. If Chris Paul had that trade had gone through, the Lakers would have won a championship. Kobe would have had 6, maybe even 7.
Yeah. Look at Doc. He's like, nah, I don't know. You don't think so, Doc?
Y'all.
They kind of fucked us on that because no other trade has been rescinded before. I don't remember a trade being rescinded before or after. But they didn't want to see the Lakers go for another time. I don't know. There was something.
It's the effect when you Pau Gasol and these motherfuckers trade you. Are you gonna play that hard? And he didn't. He averaged 12 points a game that season. After that, he was like, "Oh, y'all tried to trade me? Fuck you." Yeah. And he didn't do shit the rest of that season.
Yeah, he could have done better.
His brother was always doing better, in my opinion. Marc Gasol.
You're fucking crazy. Paul Gasol had more skills, way more skills than Marc Gasol. Way more skills.
Dude,
Marc Gasol's a better post presence, like defending, but Paul Gasol skill wise,
Marc Gasol was the star on his team, so Paul Gasol was overshadowed by Kobe. It's just like
Mark was just tougher. Paul was more skilled, but Mark was tougher. Paul was a pussy.
I like the aggression that fool had. Marc Gasol.
He was stronger.
Yeah.
But the thing about Paul Gasol is you can't make him to what you want him to be. We know what he was, and I'd rather take him. Like at that time? What was the alternative?
Well, he was a better fit for Kobe because remember the Lakers traded Marc Gasol for Powell. The Lakers drafted Marc Gasol.
That's right. The Lakers had
Marc Gasol. He was part of that trade to get Powell.
Kwame Brown, Javaris Crittenton with the pistol.
Hey, that next year, remember the year he had the pistol incident?
Yeah.
That was the year of the strike. And that's when I used to hang out with a bunch of NBA players.
Yeah.
And that year at 360 Gym in the Valley, Javaris Crittenton got out on bail. And he was coming to the gym playing with an ankle bracelet on. And he was kicking Ricky Rubio's ass. I didn't think Ricky Rubio was going to be shit. Because Javaris Crittenton is like Kevin Garnett. Name them. Name the NBA All-Star they were at the gym. And Javaris Crittenton, he had the ankle bracelet on, was kicking their ass.
Well, I remember when the Lakers traded Javaris Crittenton, I was like, fuck, I kind of like that guy.
I did too.
I remember when they traded him to Memphis, I was like, I kind of like that. Well, he got into it with Arenas, right?
Yeah, the gun incident.
Yeah.
They brought them guns to the arena.
Yeah, but I was like, damn, I kind of like Javaris Crittenton. I was like, damn, there's no way we could keep that young dude. Shit, he could be, future dude. But I guess they were more enamored with Sasha Vujacic, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't hate on Sasha.
He used to piss me off because he used to make all the shots in practice, but never in the game.
Yeah.
But he made those 2 free throws against the Celtics in Game 7.
Yeah.
So that wiped away all of his previous sins.
That's what I said. People don't remember Sasha Vujacic hit those 2 free throws.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make,
Boston was coming back.
Yeah, Boston was coming back, and then and Meadow hit that 3. Meadow hit that 3. Dog. Woo.
And then Rondo hit that 3. So if Sasha never hit them 2 free throws, they would have been up 1.
Yeah.
But he hit them 2 free throws. It was like,
fuck. Woo, I saw you.
I was at that game.
Saw your picture. Yeah, I saw your picture. You put it. I was there, sideline. Shit, that was dope.
Damn.
I've never been to a championship, like a final game, man. How is the energy, dude? How is that?
Man, all I know is Lou Gossett Jr. was sitting next to me, and I was happy to see Lou Gossett Jr. right there next to me celebrating the Lakers winning the championship. That's all I remember.
Hey, I got to see. One thing I got to see is the Lake. Even though they didn't win the title that year, 2004 Lakers. I saw them in Boston, man. I went and saw them in Boston, but Boston.
Oh, you got to see them in Boston. That's what's up.
But Boston sucked. They had like Antoine Walker,
Paul Pierce.
What was the other dude's name?
$125 million contract, Antoine.
I know Antoine Walker got a lot of money. That's true. They had Eric Williams.
Oh yeah, I remember that team.
Eric Williams. They had I think no, they didn't have him yet. Damn, who was their center? I can't remember all their fuck. They were terrible. But the Lakers beat them by like 27. But I was in Boston, so I didn't, I don't know. I'm not in my hometown, so I'm not gonna act a fool, be like, yeah, we whooped your ass, like
they'll stab you in Boston.
I was just like, yeah, come on, baby, let's go. And so I was with Bad Luck so my buddy Bad Luck is a fucking hater, dog. So he grew up a Celtics fan. He's one of those dudes that whatever the people are going with, he has to go against it. He's a Celtics fan, he's a Dolphins fan, and he's a fucking Pittsburgh Pirates fan.
How the fuck are you a Dolphins fan in LA?
Because in the 80s, like Dan Marino.
Oh, Dan Marino.
So he rooted for all the teams that were good that were not from LA. Like the Pirates used to be good in baseball. Pittsburgh Pirates.
The Barry Bonds Pirates.
Before that, he's talking about Dave Parker and shit.
Oh wow.
Willie Stargell. We were little ass kids, and so we went together to Boston, and we had $10 seats. We got $10 seats behind the backcourt, way at the top. At halftime, we snuck down and sat on the floor. We sat on the floor for about a good 20, 25, 30 minutes. And then the people came and said, hey, those are our seats. Oh, sorry. We just went back up. We went back like 10 rows. Shit, we still sat good. But we saw like Kobe, Shaq, the Glove, Peyton, he was at the Lakers, Karl Malone. It was that year. I thought they were gonna win it all, dude.
Karl Malone got hurt. That fucked it up. When Karl Malone got hurt, that messed it up.
Whole chemistry went off with the team, and that's why who beat them in that year?
Oh, shut up!
Oh, my
nigga, who beat them that year? Rip, fucking dude. I never.
He just managed to pop into screen just in time to drop that.
I know, right? I never want to hear Rip Hamilton ever again.
You know who beat the Lakers that year?
Hey, Sean.
The Lakers. And then they was all arguing and crap.
But y'all chemistry was off because y'all never really could.
Well, Kobe kept going to court, dog.
Right, Malone missed a lot. Shaq missed a lot of games. They never really played together.
Remember they had that beef where Karl Malone disrespected Vanessa Bryant or some shit.
Oh yeah, Kobe tried to beat his ass.
Really, I didn't hear about this.
Oh yeah,
he tried to get it because Karl Malone and Kobe were real close when Karl first came. Yeah. He kind of adopted Kobe as little brother, and they was like an uncle to him. But then about 2 months into the season, he tried to get at Vanessa Bryant, and Kobe almost fucked him up.
Yeah,
and then he just messed everything up.
Karl Malone would have whooped his ass though, dog. Come on.
No, but Karl Malone made the threat to Kobe.
But he hit on his wife though.
Him and him could fight because he was trying to deny the allegations. So it was more so Karl Malone was like taunting Kobe to come fight. It wasn't
Kobe will fight. I remember I had a friend that used to coach with the Lakers, and he said that there was a time that Kobe and Shaq had said something, and Kobe went up and attacked him, and they said, put it like this, no one person won the fight, but we had to pull Kobe off Shaq. That's just what I heard.
Really?
No
yes.
Shit. Well, that's that one time, right?
That don't sound legit to me, but I get it. You're a Laker fan. I get it.
No, it's not about being a fan. Now, when you go into the context of fandom, now you off. I'm talking about just what happened. I ain't about being a fan or not.
I ain't never heard that story.
I told you, well, I'm not just a fan. I when it comes to the NBA, I'm really involved in it. So I know the stories that didn't quite hit the news. Well, I'm just telling you one.
Well, didn't Shaq say that's when he got respect for Kobe because Kobe didn't back down?
Shaq mentioned it, that interview that they had. That was the first time it had ever been mentioned publicly when they had that one-on-one interview. But I knew about that story 15 years ago. Yeah,
well, he said, fuck, I got respect for you because you got it in my face. He said, I forgot what Kobe said.
And the people, he got his face because like Shaq would always call him like His little brother
Shaq said,
don't come there.
because he got mad because Shaq would, and then he said he got mad because Shaq would say, "Well, I don't have to work hard because you work hard."
Yeah. And Kobe just went off. But
and
they
Kobe
said
that's
nobody
the shit I'm fucking talking about, motherfucker. Like, like Kobe would get pissed.
They said no one person won the fight because no real blows were landed on either side. But they had to pull Kobe off Shaq.
I think that's what gave Kobe the nuts to just fuck with everybody who was on his team. Like, he just would punk dudes and get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck off the court.
A la Michael Jordan or what?
Yeah, I think that's where he got it. Of course,
Magic would do it. All the top players do it. All of them.
Oh, Magic Johnson had a reputation he got Paul Westphal fired. They had just won a title the year before. He got his ass fired.
Like, get the fuck out of here. You ain't running what I want to run.
Yeah, they beat the Sixers. They beat the Sixers. They were champions. And then he got the coach fired like 5 games in the next year.
Y'all had won before y'all lost to the Pistons. Y'all had won, what, 3 in a row?
No, we had lost to the Spurs the year before that.
No, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, but y'all did win 3 though, right?
We won 2001,
2 and 3,
2000,
1 and 2,
2000, 2001, 2002.
Yeah. And lost to the Spurs.
The first 3 of the first 3 of the new millennium.
First 3 championships y'all had.
What's up?
What'd you say?
Who was the MVP for those first 3 championships?
Oh, he's gonna. Oh, here we go.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you how Shaq told you. I'll tell you how Shaq said it. Yeah, Shaq won the MVP of the finals, but Kobe was the MVP of the playoffs. And it was harder to get through the West than it was to win the finals back in them years. And it was Kobe that was beating the Spurs and the Kings.
Have you ever looked up Kobe's stats? Have you ever looked up Kobe's stats in those playoffs?
Yeah, if Shaq averaged 30, Kobe averaged 30.
Yeah.
He was always neck and neck. It just would be in the finals. They would play against the damn New Jersey Nets.
And what else?
Who?
Double-digit rebounds. Okay, we ain't gonna go into
Yeah, and Kobe was the best defender on the team.
Kobe was guarding the best player on the other team, dog. They would put Fisher on the other guy, and if the like Allen Iverson, Kobe said, "Fuck it, I got him," because nobody could guard
Iverson
him.
was dusting Fisher.
And Tyronn Lue. And Tyronn Lue, he stepped over his ass.
Yeah, but listen, man, like.
But when a finals will come, yes, Shaq's going to win MVP because he's being guarded by Rick Smits. So of course he's going to win MVP in the finals. But to get to the finals, Shaq didn't have nothing for Portland. That was Kobe.
He was being guarded by Eduardo Nájera, bro. What the fuck?
And then against New Jersey, against Philadelphia and New Jersey, he's been guarded by Todd McCullough. So of course he's going to win the final.
Yeah, dude. And then McCumb. Oh, dude, I used to feel bad.
Y'all ain't giving Shaq his props.
No, I do give Shaq. Dude, he gets his prop, but you just trying to cut Kobe and we ain't letting you. That's all.
No. it ain't that. It's just the facts that y'all presenting right now.
No, you tried to bring up the finals finals MVP.
Well, who was Kobe checking? Y'all said Allen Iverson.
I'll tell you, he de-checked Allen Iverson the year he won MVP. So that means something. And then the year before that, he was checking Reggie Miller.
Yep.
Yeah. So and you know he's checking the next year after that.
6 feet. Kobe is 6'6". Man, come on, man. Let's not.
And if you look at the next year, okay, the next year he had to check Jason Kidd. The year Jason Kidd should have won MVP, but he didn't win it because he beat his wife that year. So Kobe checked him the year after that. And then in order
kisses at the free throw.
In order to get to the finals, he was guarding Scottie Pippen, Damon Stoudemire.
How many championships did Jason win?
Huh?
How many championships Jason won?
Jason Kidd won.
The Mavericks.
Mavericks.
And who was the MVP of the Mavericks?
Nowitzki.
Anyway, we done.
And the MVP, like, he acted like,
but Jason wasn't that nigga like that.
You acted like MVP is like the end all be all. It's like the person who had the best series in one series. Like,
what I'm saying though is,
bro, I'm gonna tell you something. Shaq could not guard.
Shaq was that guy.
But Shaq couldn't do shit against the Spurs with Tim Duncan and Dave Robinson.
I was gonna say
there was no finals without Kobe. You don't get to the finals. There's no finals MVP.
Tim Duncan, I used to get mad, dude.
They're like that. There is no Jordan without Pippen.
Whatever.
In Shaq's prime, he was the beast.
No cliches. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. And the nitty gritty is Shaq wasn't doing nothing against the Spurs. There's no, because Shaq got swept by the Spurs before Kobe came into his own.
Swept by the Rockets.
Before that, he got swept by the Jazz too. And guess what about the Jazz too? 2 years in a row.
Yep.
It wasn't until Kobe became matured into who he was in his 4th season, not in his 8th like Jordan. In his 4th season, when he finally matured, that Shaq stopped getting swept.
That's true.
Before that, Shaq had a better team in Orlando. The Orlando Magic were a better team than the Lakers. Penny, Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott, Horace Grant, and a deep bench, and he got swept by the goddamn old-ass Rockets when Clyde Drexler had his hairline back at the back of his head.
Right, but Akeem, you still trying to take away from the fact that
I'm not taking away.
Oh, so now
Vegas had Shaq favored, and he got swept. He couldn't win one game.
Right, but forget what Vegas had.
That means something. That shows you had the better team.
You look at Shaq's team versus the
Shaq had a way better team. Way better team. Shaq way better. The Magic were way better than the Rockets.
Yeah, Penny
way better.
More athletic.
The Rockets. They had 4.
Clyde Drexler been to the championship playing against the
Clyde Drexler was old. He wasn't even.
Robert. They had Robert Ory and Sam Cassell.
Experience matters, man.
Sam Cassell was in his 2nd season.
Kenny Smith was old. Kenny Smith was old.
Penny was in his prime. Penny was the next Magic Johnson. This is when Penny was Penny.
Old but experienced players.
But Penny was Penny.
Penny had the best promotion.
And then
second year, right?
And then look, the Magic had Horace Grant, who was a 3-time champion. So let's talk about experience. They had Horace Grant, who was a 3-time champion. Yeah. They had experience too. They had Nick Anderson.
One person.
Huh? Well, I named 4 people who are good enough to be all-stars that lost to old Clyde Drexler.
Okay, name. You're trying to put age on the fact that them dudes were still lethal even in their age. Stop doing that, dog.
No, I'm not going to stop doing it because he wasn't prime Clyde Drexler. That's just true.
Houston won 2 in a row, so stop.
One of them was without Clyde Drexler.
They won 2 in a row. They beat everybody in the West, and then they beat whoever at the top in the East. So it don't matter what you're talking about age.
And all I'm saying is you're trying to put these extras on Shaq. All I'm saying is this. He had the better team and got swept.
But he was a beast, though, regardless. He went his second year to the finals with
then the next year he came to L.A. and had the better team against the Jazz and lost and got swept. Hey, and then the next year, he got swept again.
So look, hold on. Look.
Hold on. What's the difference between when he came to the Lakers versus the Jazz? The Jazz was already a team that played together and gelled together. Come on, man, stop doing that.
That's 3 years in a row again swept. Okay, then the next year. Okay, let's go. Okay, Doc, I got you. Okay, the next year against the Spurs, Tim Duncan was only in the 2nd year, so they hadn't had all the years together, and he got swept again. What about that?
He brought up Tim Duncan when they won. Okay,
they didn't have that many years together. They were a new team put together, and they got swept.
The Spurs win that year.
Yeah, they won championship. They beat the Knicks.
Who was the dude?
Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
No.
Tim Duncan won MVP. Look it up. You want to give MVP arguments? I'm gonna go down your wheelhouse. Tim Duncan won MVP.
What was David Robinson?
David Robinson. He was 1 year off of his back surgery, so he wasn't quite who he needed to be. So Tim Duncan won MVP.
To you, okay?
I'm using your argument.
No, he won. He won the MVP.
Tim Duncan, look it up.
Whole team. Tim Duncan. Hold on. Here's the thing about Tim.
So now 5 years in a row he got swept. Fifth different excuse.
Once again, you saying one of the best centers ever or power forwards ever. Come on, man. He's got 5, bro.
Well, when Kobe came into his own, he had. You know what's funny? But when Kobe came into his own, the Lakers swept the Spurs 4-0 when the Spurs were favored by Vegas to win that series 4-2. They had the Vegas odds, and the Lakers swept. When Kobe averaged almost 40 points a game.
Hold on. So here, I want to go. Hold on, I want to go down the rosters of that Rockets Orlando Magic series. All right, here's the Rockets.
Go ahead.
Here's the Rockets roster. Tim Bro, I don't even know who the fuck that is. Chucky Brown, I remember Chucky Brown.
I can't remember him. Yeah.
Sam Cassell, Pete Chilcutt. I remember Pete Chilcutt.
Is that the year that
Sam Cassell was only in the 2nd year?
Clyde Drexler.
Is that the year they won?
Mario Ellie.
Is that the year they won?
The Rockets beat them. Yeah, the Magic never won.
Go.
Mario Ellie.
Ellie.
Carl Herrera.
Yes.
Robert Ory. Charles Jones. Vernon Maxwell. Tracy Murray. I didn't know they had Tracy Murray.
Oh, I forgot they had Tracy Murray.
Fuck.
And then look who Orlando had.
Drexler was a dog.
Olajuwon, Kenny Smith, and Zan Tabak. Remember Tabak?
Oh, I forgot about Tobias.
Listen, man, like y'all, what y'all trying to do?
So
I'm trying to tell y'all.
And let's go to Orlando.
Oh, let's go to Orlando.
The finals too.
Hold on, let's go to Orlando. So Orlando had Nick Anderson, Anthony Event. He's a power forward. Yeah. Anthony Bowie, shooting guard. Horace Grant, Penny Hardaway, Shaquille O'Neal, Tree Rollins, Donald Royal, Dennis Scott, Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw too. Fuck.
Yeah.
Brooks Thompson and Jeff Turner. That was their fucking squad.
The Shawshank Redemption. So and that's what I'm saying. And they just beat Michael Jordan the round before that.
All those guys are way younger than the other guys who've been in the finals and played before that played on. Come on, man.
Damn, Tree Rollins was an assistant coach and a player.
Listen,
because Horace Grant was a champion and Sam Cassell was only in he was starting point guard and he was only in the second season.
Right, but he's playing with 2 to 3 other veterans.
And Ori.
Ori was in the second. It was his third season.
I think Ori's younger than Cassell, right?
And Shaq admitted himself, Olajuwon gave it to his ass.
Of course.
Of course.
Olajuwon was an old man. Stop.
I know Olajuwon was great, but no. What I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, look, you tried your feeble attempt to cut Kobe and elevate Shaq, and all I'm saying is, look, Shaq is great, Kobe is great, but the attempt fell short.
Not a feeble attempt is letting you know that Shaq was that dude.
I knew Shaq was that dude. Yeah, he was.
A monster.
At that time,
we knew he was. But he got swept. But he kept getting swept until Kobe came into his own. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, Shaq. Nobody's taking credit away from Shaq. Shaq was a dude. My
Shaq
dad
was a beast.
Me and my dad used to get in these arguments. He used to say, "Fuck Kobe, get rid of his ass. That he's over there fucking, all these problems, and Shaq's the man." I said, Dad, if the Lakers get rid of Kobe, I'll stop being a Laker fan. I go, Shaq's the one that gotta go. Fuck that. I go, Kobe's younger and he's the future. Kobe's gonna win.
He works.
I said, Kobe's gonna win more championships. Shaq's already his knee problem. He was always having those ab problems
and that toe problem he would have.
And he never worked hard.
His weight was he was always fucking his weight. He was eating too much.
Exactly. Kareem never had those problems.
But
he was on a different diet.
Good point.
That was towards the end where it was time for him to move on.
It was time for him to move on. No. It was time for him to move on, according to Dr. Jerry Buss, because he didn't work out. Shaq, that year in 2004 when they lost to the Pistons, Shaq knew he had a messed up toe the whole summer, and he waited till the week before training camp to have surgery. And Shaq, that was his third year in a row pulling some bullshit like that. When he saw Kobe doing 4-day workouts all summer, who you going to put your money behind?
4 in the morning.
First to do, 4 in the morning.
The whole the trade, I never even disputed that. You know what I'm saying? Now I will say, because at the time I was kind of against Kobe at the time, and my mother was a Laker fan too.
I was actually against Kobe at the time too. Hey, Doc, I was actually against Kobe at the time too. So I'm with you right there. I just started paying attention to what went on.
They made the right move based on age. You don't see a superstar guy like Kobe getting off and then say, we're gonna keep the other dude who's struggling with his weight, toe fucked up, leg, he's having all these problems. So what Shaq did, that's why when he went to Miami and they lost that first year, what'd he do, D?
Got in shape.
Lost all that weight.
Yep.
Got in shape and he balled. Even though Dwayne was the dude to win the MVP, Shaq gave him that as like, hey man, you the man. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be the Kobe for you right now.
Yeah, but look,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
but it's not like it's not like Shaq took a shitty Miami team to the finals. They had just the year before that, I think they were like a shot away from going to the finals or some shit.
That was a really good team that they had. He had Alonzo Mourning coming off the bench behind him.
50% or something.
No, but the year before that, the year before Shaq got traded to Miami was like, that was Dwayne Wade's rookie year, right?
Yeah, they made the playoffs with Lamar Odom.
But they made the Eastern Finals, didn't they?
No. The year before they made that was with Shaq. Because Shaq lost the first year he got with Miami. He won the championship his second year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After that, he was chasing the rings.
Shaq, when Shaq went to the motherfuckers, that's when they whoop.
That's what pissed me off about Shaq.
Yeah.
And that's what, because it was like, Shaq, had you stayed in shape like that for LA, you and Kobe could have won like eight championships.
Would have been unstoppable. Man.
Unstoppable.
Because they was not supposed to lose.
Shaq used to piss, bro. Shaq used to piss me off.
Lose to my team.
Hey, Shaq used to.
I was like, man, I was like, the Pistons about to get swept. And when the Pistons, I said, what the fuck
Hey, dude, Shaq used to piss me off when fucking what was the guy that played center for the Pistons that year? What's his name? The big dude.
Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace. Oh, when Ben Wallace was like blocking his shots, I was like, oh my God, dude, you should be turning around and just fucking dunking on this motherfucker. You're way bigger than him. Because I think Ben Wallace is only like 6'8".
6'9", 6'8", yeah.
Is Shaq 7'1", 7 foot, dude?
But what it was when the Lakers lost Malone, and then remember they had Horace Grant that year, but he couldn't make the playoff roster because of an injury. Yeah. They had no shooting at the power forward position, and that allowed the Pistons, Rasheed Wallace, and his long ass arms to double down on Shaq because there was no threat to get a made shot from the power forward position, and Shaq didn't have no space. No. And then Tayshaun Prince, them long ass arms, they always double. He always doubled Kobe. Like they had Rip or Chauncey on Kobe, but they always had Tayshaun shading Kobe, and Gary Payton couldn't hit he couldn't make a shot for shit.
No,
so they'd always sag off Gary Payton and sag off the power forward to get on Shaq and Kobe. And the Lakers missed every damn open jump shot that they had that series.
And then Gary goes to Miami and wins a championship.
Yeah.
But I blame Phil Jackson for that. And I remember Gary talking about this. Gary Payton has never been a set shooter. No, but Gary Payton at the same time has always been one of the greatest post-up power forwards ever. They should have put Gary Payton in the post on Chauncey so he can go to work. Gary Payton was never the kind of person that's going to sit up and make a jump shot. Nah. And that's what Pat Riley did.
Chauncey was 6'3". How would he post that nigga?
Because Gary Payton is the greatest post-up power point guard of all time. He posted everybody up.
Yeah, he did.
Including Chauncey. It's just that Phil Jackson didn't do it that year for him.
Well, how tall was Gary? Gary was 6'3".
Gary was 6'5".
6'5".
Oh, that's right. That's why. Yeah. Okay.
Dude, Chauncey, and not just height. Gary Payton had that footwork, and he has a high butt. Yep. Like the way his body is shaped, his butt's in your sternum. So he just bump it, and then he make that little move. You couldn't do shit about it.
Hey, dude, fucking
him down in the post.
Hey, I was kind of happy for Chauncey Billups because he kind of bounced around, man. Like, I hated him beating the Lakers, but the Celtics got rid of him, and then he went somewhere else.
Denver?
Right?
No. Denver was after. No, he was with Denver first, but he came back to Denver. Yeah, it was the Celtics, the Timberwolves.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. And fucking then he got his title with the Pistons after bouncing around, man. Like Celtics, man, they fucked up. They got rid of all those dudes. They got rid of Mercer. They drafted the guy Mercer. Ron Mercer. Was it Ron Mercer?
Yeah, Ron Mercer. I'm going to tell you who fucked up Detroit. Because that year they had a chance to draft Dwayne Wade, and they went with Darko Milicic.
Yeah, that's right.
They could have. Oh, they had the fucking draft. They had the chance to draft fucking Carmelo too.
Carmelo or Dwayne or Posh, any one of them.
Man, I was so mad at that shit. I said, "Who the fuck does that?"
Hey, Doc, y'all had about 8 more championships than y'all if they did that.
When they picked Darkoff, I was out here. That's when I became a Laker fan. I was like, "Fuck it, that's what you do."
Hey, dude. So the new season's coming up though. Yeah. Well, the rest of the season.
That was like the worst. Like I think. I was so.
Darko Milicic.
Who is this guy?
Milicic. Oh.
Hey, y'all had about 4 or 5 more championships had y'all picked Wade or Carmelo. Man. Like had y'all picked Carmelo would be the best player of his generation, not LeBron, because he would have had like 5 or 6 championships, and there's no way in hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could have. Yeah.
That's how close.
How many more years Ben Wallace played? Because he didn't last very long, right? After that,
he was already old by then.
After we lost to the Spurs, he went to Chicago right after that.
He played until like 2011.
Yeah, well, Ben Wallace was one of them dudes where he was kind of, how would I say? He was a situational player, like a lot of NBA players is. Meaning they have like Horace Grant, how he was for the Bulls. So he was okay.
He was a hustler
as a center. But then you put him with the Bulls in that system, and he wasn't shit. You see what I'm saying? Like
system player. He's a system player.
Yeah. So when the system wasn't around him, he didn't shine no more.
You had to have him around.
Even when I watched Ben Wallace, I always felt like Ben Wallace was a hustling motherfucker. Don't get me wrong. But I always saw that he didn't have that thing that everybody wanted him to have.
You know why he worked with Detroit? Because Ben Wallace wasn't somebody who can score. He had to be on teams with people who could score. Detroit was a 4-headed monster. Rip Hamilton give you 20. Tayshaun give you 19. Rasheed Wallace give you 22. You know what I mean? Chauncey Billups give you 19, and he get every goddamn rebound and set every screen.
Yeah,
you know that, and that's where he need to be.
I remember seeing Tayshaun Prince as a freshman at Dominguez High School, bro. He played
against Westchester. He was with
he played with Kenny Bruner.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Bruner playing with fucking swords at Fresno State. Him and Avondre Jones from Artesia got booted from Fresno for fucking around, pulling out swords, weapons, and shit on campus.
Tayshaun Prince and Tyson Chandler were on the same team.
Tyson Chandler. Yeah,
Tyson was in 9th grade when Tayshaun was a senior.
Yeah.
At Dominguez.
I saw that one. They played at the Forum. They played Bakersfield.
Yeah. Yep.
East Bakersfield. I went to that game. So I used to go to a lot of the high school games. Yeah, I remember that, dude. Because my dad was a huge basketball fan. So he used to love going to high school games. We'd always go to the hottest high school. Like one year we went to go see Morningside play Artesia. And Artesia had Charles O'Bannon. And
that's the 90s.
Avondre Jones. And I forgot who else they got. And I think that's when they got busted with those motherfuckers that were like 23 years old or such. Dude, Artesia High School had some Dominican dudes. They were like fucking 20 already. And
they're known for changing their birth certificates.
And they had a guy from Iceland. They had a white dude from Iceland, and he was like 21 years old and shit. Like crazy shit.
That's where James Harden went, Artesia.
Yeah, yep. And then so they played, but Morningside had a dude that was fucking bad, bro. He ended up going to USC. He was a football player too. God damn it. I always forget his name. Dude, I remember there was a rebound of Andre Jones and Charles O'Bannon jump up. And Charles O'Bannon could jump. He was a leaper. And this motherfucker went, his name was, damn, I had it on my, Charles O'Bannon jump up of Andre, and this motherfucker came from behind, grabbed the ball over both of them and just went wham and slammed it on him. I was like, God damn, who is that dude? He ended up going to USC. Fuck was his name? And I know you heard of him. You know, you follow basketball and shit. I know you heard of him.
Was it Sam Clancy?
No. From Morningside? No, his name was Stace Bozeman.
Oh, yeah.
Stace Bozeman. That guy was good, bro. That guy was fucking good.
And they show you how these cats never make the NBA. They show you how goddamn hard the NBA must be.
Dude, I remember that kid Shea Cotton from St. John Bosco.
Yeah, he was like LeBron before LeBron.
Like Kobe. He was like,
yeah.
I had never heard of Kobe. I heard of Shea Cotton. Shea Cotton.
Yeah, back then, he was more popular than Kobe back in the mid-90s.
He was on Sports Illustrated as a 9th grader.
Yep.
He was supposed to be the next dude. He went and won the champ. I know they lost to Crenshaw in the state finals. He went to Modern Day, and they lost to Crenshaw. He fouled. Check this out. He fouled out in the third quarter as a freshman, and he had like 36 points. He was a fucking 9th grader, Bruce.
And he was gonna go to UCLA, then had that academic thing, and it was just over from there.
Damn. He went, 6'6". He could fucking shoot. He wasn't skinny. He was.
And now they said they're canceling the SAT. If they canceled the SAT for Shea Cotton, he would have been the shit.
And his brother played for the Bulls, James Cotton.
Yep.
He went to Cal State Long Beach, and then he played for the Bulls for like a year or two. And
Shea played with the Lakers in preseason, but it got cut.
He got cut. Dude, I remember the Lakers had like a lot of dudes that I would just trip out. Like Isaiah Ryder would end up with the Lakers, and what was that guy? What was that dude's name?
Mitch Richmond.
Mitch Richmond at the end of the. But I'm talking about like in the '90s when they would have like Sam Bowie coming on the. I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker.
Eddie Jones was pretty good though.
I like
Eddie Jones.
Eddie Jones.
That's the team that he's talking about where they would get their ass whooped. Shaq, Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel,
Cedric Ceballos,
Eldon Campbell.
Oh yeah.
Eldon Campbell used to piss me off.
Yeah.
He was on the Pistons too.
That's another Morningside.
Pistons that year.
That's another Morningside guy, right?
Yep, Morningside. Yep.
Yeah, Eldon Campbell. He was on the Pistons. That's right. He fucked us up, dude.
Yeah, that was the best he'd ever played. Yeah. Like, you never did this shit with us, man. And we had you when you was in your prime.
But you notice every time the Lakers lost like a title, somebody got hurt. Because I remember when the Bulls beat the Lakers that first championship from Jordan, Worthy got hurt,
and
Byron Scott got hurt.
Yeah, and then when they lost to the Pistons, remember Magic in the '88? Remember Magic pulled up lame because Pat Riley took him up to Saturday Barber and blew their fucking legs out.
fucking David Rivers became our point guard. God damn.
Isaiah beat y'all with the bum ankle?
No, the Lakers won that. The Lakers won that year with the bum ankle. They won.
And then, but the next year, Lakers had David Rivers and Tony Smith playing fucking point guard.
And the Lakers won 11 in a row before that. They swept the playoffs before that.
Yeah.
The Magic got hurt. They had like 11 days before the first game with the Pistons.
Yeah.
And that's when Pat Riley did that bullshit and made everyone get injured.
Right. So going back to what you're saying, like Shaq and all that, Kobe ain't even my favorite Laker of all time. He's like my third favorite player of all time, bro. My favorite player is Magic. Magic's always been my favorite player. And number two, my number two favorite player of all time is Dennis Rodman, bro. Because motherfuckers do not show that guy love for shit. And that guy could shut down. That guy could.
No one talked to Cisco no goddamn more. I'm saying.
Oh, dude. Dennis Rodman is the best defensive player I've ever seen, ever.
I think because of Dennis Rodman, they got that saying, rebounds gets you rings.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman can ball, but you man.
No,
He's my favorite. He's my favorite.
I can't get too mad at you, Cisco, because he was a for real deal specialist.
That motherfucker. You can't fuck with Rodman.
With the Bulls, he said, "I'm not gonna score anymore," but the other team only got one possession because he got every rebound. People don't understand.
Who else could do that?
People don't understand how important rebounding is. When you can just send your guys out to play one-on-one defense, and you don't have to bring someone. Because most teams, you have to send one of your guards down to help rebound. You know what I mean? Which compromises your defense. When you got somebody who can just get every single rebound, you can play solid defense and lead team to one. Man, Dennis Rodman was a shit.
Here's my question. I always ask people: you name somebody, and and for real that did it, that could guard the 1 through 5. Name somebody else that could guard the 1 through 5, and I'm talking about anyone, because Rodman could have guarded from Iverson.
Oh, fuck up, man.
Yes, he could. Yes, he could.
Hey,
bro.
you know what's true? Hey, Cisco.
What?
I'm glad you said that because Dennis Rodman is the only player who can honestly say, I guarded and defended Jordan, Shaq, Magic, Dominique Wilkins, and Karl Malone well.
And he could
Sean Kemp.
He could guard Isaiah Thomas. He could guard all of them.
His height. Yeah, like he can't. Like, man, come on, man.
It's not about height. It's about positioning.
What are you talking about?
Defense is about positioning.
So you're saying Rodman cannot guard
around his position?
Iverson?
But niggas like he ain't had them niggas on lock. He ain't have Iverson on lock.
When say, no one can actually lock down anybody.
He didn't have to have you on lock. He was disruptive. Okay. He was disruptive. He would, Jordan would go fucking like 10 for 40 against Rodman, bro.
Come on, bro. He would have put that nigga on Jordan all the time.
They did. They did put him on Rodman on Jordan all the time.
No. Joe Dumars is the nigga that had Jordan on lock.
No, hell no.
No, it was a team defense. This what Dumars do. Dumars will lead Jordan into Dennis Rodman. That was his defense. I'm gonna stay in front of you, and then Dennis Rodman gonna come and help, and then that's.
You had double and triple.
You gotta give Dennis Rodman his due. He is the greatest defender ever.
In my lifetime, because I never seen Bill Russell and those guys. Dennis Rodman is the best defensive player I've ever seen. And it's not even close, bro. I've seen guys that could defend their position, but not a guy that could defend all 5 positions. That's what I've never seen.
Like the way he guarded Karl Malone, those are Karl Malone's MVP years. Karl Malone was dropping like 33 points a night. The way Dennis Rodman guarded Karl Malone, them 2 championships, is what won that championship.
That was a superstar. That was a center.
Who? What?
Dennis Rodman played the 4. He didn't play center. He played center with the. He's the 4.
He guarded Shaq.
He guarded Shaq. In '96. In '96, when the Bulls beat the Orlando Magic in the playoffs,
he guarded Shaq.
Rodman on Shaq.
So what are you talking about?
Yeah.
This guy. Have another cookie.
Have another cookie, dog.
Goddamn Reese's Cups. But anyway.
and when he was with the Spurs, he was the reason why he was a major reason why that one of the main reasons that people that guarded Hakeem Olajuwon. Because Olajuwon used to put work on David Robinson. David Robinson getting in foul trouble. You had to put Dennis on him.
Robinson was like like a
Admiral.
like a freak looking like body and shit, but he used to get worked by, he used to get punked by a lot of people, man.
Yeah, he did.
That was a little
No, but, I wanted to mention. So, are you excited for the rest of the season of this new NBA?
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
Only thing I'm excited for is if we could win the title and tie the Celtics. Have
Hey,
17
that would be good.
titles. Just tie them. Fuck it.
I think they should wait till next season, but
Here's a question. Here's a question. If LeBron wins a title with the Lakers, does he get a statue with the Lakers?
Nope.
Doesn't get a statue. I mean, they're going to hate on him regardless. But
you wouldn't give it to him, Dwann, but do you think
He'll get a retired jersey. He'll get a retired jersey, but not a statue.
Okay, if he won 2 championships, how many championships would it take?
Oh, damn.
Probably at least 3.
At least
At least 3, because if you think about it,
legacy, he don't deserve. He don't deserve no statue.
no, he don't deserve one.
Yeah, like Kobe and Magic and Kareem.
Does Powell get one?
They was there.
No, Powell doesn't get one because you know what, Powell?
Jersey? Well, jersey.
He gets a jersey. He's getting his jersey retired, definitely. But statue?
Paul Gasol.
No statue.
No, I don't think he should get.
Think about it. James Worthy got three rings with the Lakers and a Finals MVP, and he don't have a statue.
Yeah, true.
Dude,
So
you know what?
that's the bar.
I was watching old videos of the Lakers. Man, I have to like fucking bow down and beg for forgiveness for forgetting how great James Worthy was, man.
Man.
James Worthy was fucking unbelievable, bro.
That team was equal, dog. Michael Cooper coming off the bench blazing.
Oh yeah, we were loaded, bro. That's why when people say, "Oh, the Golden State Warriors would beat the 80s," shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Oh man, we've reached the old man segment of the podcast here.
It's always young kids, and I fucking get sick and tired when these young kids bring up the Warriors. I'm like, the Warriors would have got the shit kicked out of them.
Kareem just would have.
Remember, the young kids is used to a new style of basketball playing, so they only understand. I don't trip on.
But the Lakers had 3-point shoot. Magic could hit threes if he wanted to.
He did later in his career. Magic led the league in 3-point shooting percentage in 1990.
Dude, remember when he shot like 96% from the free throw line or some ridiculous fucking?
Let's be real. Up until Steph Curry, it was Bird or Reggie Miller. You know what I'm saying? And both of them niggas.
Now Steph Curry could shoot. Hey, but Steph Curry could shoot, but LaMelo Ball is gonna take his record. LaMelo Ball could shoot, bro.
Curry's the only player that I've ever seen that would practice from half court. There's no other nobody ever done that shit.
Dude, LaMelo Ball is fucking doing what
Curry
is
gonna be the shit.
LaMelo Ball, dude, and I'm fearing Golden State's gonna get LaMelo Ball because their fucking record sucks. Dude, if Golden State.
I used to coach against LaMelo, and he used to shoot like that when he was 10. And it was just crazy.
LaMelo, or are you talking about
all of them? I got actually the Braun brothers are my sister. They're my in-laws.
No shit.
Oh, okay.
Like, not mine. Like my sister's married to the oldest Braun brother.
Really?
He's not on the show. He don't get into none of that shit. But the oldest brother, yeah, my sister's married to him. Dude, and so I remember seeing the lines on LaMelo but my relationship with them isn't so much through them. It's back when I used to coach AAU. Yeah. I used to have to run across them at least once a month. And LaMelo, like LiAngelo, like LaMelo was 8 playing against the 11 and 12-year-olds.
Damn.
He was like real short.
So he's so good.
But he would launch them 3-pointers and make them back then.
When did you coach AAU?
I coached AAU for a team called Pressure for about 5 years.
What years was that?
I coached between 2010 and 15.
Goddamn, bro, because my cousin from Detroit, he coached in AAU too.
Yeah, it's a
Mel
huge.
Thomas.
For where?
Coach Mel.
Well, what team?
Shit. From Detroit.
You know the team? Because there's a lot of teams across.
It's so many goddamn teams.
Detroit Persian.
Okay, yeah, like it's so many. I don't know.
One of his players went to USC, and he little smart short point guard that used to play for. I'll let you talk to that nigga. I don't remember that.
Oh, dude, but I used to go to a lot of high school games, and one year I helped my cousin coach an AAU team. We didn't have an AAU team. We just got a bunch of kids from Pasadena and like from the San Gabriel Valley, and made a team, and we were beating motherfuckers, dog. Like we were beating teams that were sponsored. We weren't even sponsored. and we were fucking beating teams that came in with their Nike shit. Dude, this is back when, so this is how long ago this was. I saw Elton Brand, Lamar Odom, and Ron Artest on Riverside Church, New York. This was at the Long Beach Slam and Jam tournaments that they used to have at the Pyramid in Long Beach.
That's
Dude,
the 90s.
That's a long time ago.
That's like the early 2000s.
No, you're right. No, late 90s.
90s.
Late 90s, yeah. That's how long ago it's been, dude. But yeah, dude. So I remember Riverside Church came in. I'm like, and I thought they were from Riverside. I'm like, Riverside Church. They were from New York. I think Rafer Austin.
Rafer Austin, yeah.
I think he might have been with them too. I don't know. They had a fucking squad. Well, they ended up losing in the finals to California ARC. That was Tayshaun Prince, what's his name from Crossroads?
Baron Davis?
Davis and the Collins twins. They were all on that team.
Oh, yeah.
And they beat them. They beat them in the finals. Dude, that shit was Shea Cotton was on a team with Kevin Augustine, that went to USC from Modern Day. It was Kevin Augustine, him, and there was a white boy, Chris Burgess, I think. They went to Duke. He was from like Villa Park out in
I remember him.
Yeah, like I think they had they kind of sucked. But dude, the California ARC with what's his name? Dude, that's another dude, Baron Davis in high school. Oh my God, bro.
Baron Davis is no joke. I thought Baron Davis, I think could have been a Hall of Famer, but them injuries.
Yeah.
If one of those injuries, I think he would have made the NBA Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but going back to what you said, Jose, this year, it's kind of hard to get excited when we don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, like, we haven't had basketball for fucking 2 months, dude. Like, any sport, I don't even know.
I mean, and that's why I'm excited, because I'm freaking thirsty for anything right about now, dude.
No, man, because it's one of those things where what's gonna happen, which is
somebody's gonna get sick and they're gonna stop.
But whoever wins, they're gonna be like, well, the whole
asterisk and
all the factors. You know what I mean? It's gonna be that type of shit. It's gonna be kind of like one of those things.
But we had strike seasons. They don't put an asterisk on those, do they?
They did at first until LeBron was. They did against the Spurs at first.
They look at it like when you play the totality of a season versus you cut.
Yeah, but like, if the Lakers win the championship, fuck, they were the number one team. Or Milwaukee. No, Milwaukee.
Hey, Cisco.
As a basketball fan.
This how it's gonna go, Cisco. If the Lakers win, it's gonna be a valid championship. If the Clippers win, it's gonna be some bullshit.
It's gonna be an asterisk. It's gonna be an asterisk.
I felt that
it's gonna be 2 asterisks. It's gonna be 2 asterisks.
And that's the first matchup too. Lakers versus Clippers. I think July 31st.
Oh shit! First game in the middle of the new.
And they haven't beat the Clippers this year. Fuck, man.
Hey, Cisco.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know how y'all gonna get past it.
For the Clippers?
I like the Clippers. I like the. Hey, Doc, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you for that, dog. I just being an objective basketball fan.
Yeah, Clippers got a good squad.
I'm a Laker fan, but I'm a basketball fan first.
Let me ask you something. As a basketball,
I'm a LeBron fan and a Laker fan by default because my mom. Let me put that out there for the people out there. Yeah. Anyway, but man, that's how I am. I'm looking at it just from the pure perspective of from Doc Rivers all the way down to every
Kawhi. Yeah.
Doc Rivers only has 1 title, bro. Come on. I'm not gonna give Doc Rivers too much credit. He had the big 3 and he won 1 championship.
But it's not even.
Hey, good point, Cisco.
It's not even so much that he just won and won, but it's his style and the way he let players play. He
still won 1 championship with big 3. Yeah, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. Ray Allen, arguably one of the best shooters ever. Arguably the best shooter ever.
Who did they lose to though?
They also feel my Lakers though. So.
All right then. Like,
I ain't mad at that.
Like
the Celtics were the better team.
Celtics were the better team.
If you look at the roster player for player, the Celtics were definitely the better team.
Understand that they lost to arguably the second, or the third best player in history.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something else. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you something else. If Lamar Odom doesn't have a torn back and Trevor Ariza doesn't get hurt, and Andrew Bynum doesn't get hurt, they get no championships.
That's true. Really, Andrew Bynum.
They get no championships.
And then remember, Kobe had bone spurs in his ankle.
Yeah. No, but Lamar Odom had a torn labrum.
Yep.
Nobody, people were calling him a bitch. I'm like, dude, the motherfucker has a torn back. He shouldn't
if you
even
think
be
about
playing.
it, Paul Gasol had never won a single playoff game before that year.
Never.
He had gone to the playoffs 4 years and got swept 4 years in a row. And then that was the deepest he had ever gone.
And Ariza was a fucking defensive player. We didn't have nobody after Ariza. We had nobody. That's why
we had Shannon Brown coming off, and that wasn't shit. Yeah, and then you had Jordan. Then they had
hops. That's all he had was hops. It was like,
that's all he had, and the big ass hands.
Nigga, there wasn't nothing extra special about that nigga. It's like this nigga's an and one player. That's it. Shannon Brown. I used to be like, God damn, this nigga, man.
So would you rather see the rest of this NBA season, or would you rather see the big three, Ice Cube's big three pick up?
I'd rather see the big three pick up.
Ice Cube big three is just a bootleg and one. That's it, man. That shit, man.
I like the big three though.
I like the big three too, man. It's like the WWF or something, man.
Okay, California natives. Okay, I get it. All right, but what I'm saying though is that league is it's three basketball players. You know what I'm saying? Like
most basketball is 3-on-3. Like the average, most basketball games being played is gonna be 3-on-3.
Dude, Ice Cube is the fucking Magic Johnson of hip hop, bro.
Yeah,
that motherfucker is a entrepreneur deluxe. Everything he touches is gold, dude.
Yeah,
like
honestly, and I like it because it is different than NBA. Because when it comes to 505, you're not gonna get anything better than the NBA. No one should even ever try to do. Even European basketball should stop it because that shit sucks.
For me to say that, because I said bootleg, and I'm forgetting that Big Three is actually all retired NBA players. So that ain't shit like at one. So let me take that back.
Who's the dude who went into the Big Three and was just fighting everybody? There was somebody. Who was it? There was a player.
Oh, dude. I know who you're talking about.
The little dude that played
Nate Robinson?
Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
He fucking went in the Big Three and just starting shit with everybody.
They had to kick him out.
Hey, he was a good DB at Washington.
He was.
He was a cornerback, dude. He was fucking good. But he was only like 5'9". He was good.
Cisco, I have to ask before I forget.
Yeah.
Who did that background you on? That shit dope to the motherfucker, man.
A jail cell, dog.
Man, that background dope in the motherfucker. Whoever drew it, shout out to you.
I did it. You want to make you one? I'll make you one. You want?
Hell yeah, make me something like that. Man, that shit dope in the motherfucker.
Send me the name of your show and all that. Well, I know I had to look up the name of your show. I didn't know what it meant. I was like, what the fuck is?
In Cincinnati, dude. I want to say I've heard it on. Are you on SoundCloud?
No, I'm not yet. It's just in ashtrays I haven't released yet. I'm waiting because I'm actually trying to get a deal with iHeart with that.
Oh, well then I want to say that I've heard that name before on some other podcast may have that then.
Are you sure?
Okay. You sure? I looked it up.
Look it up, man. Hotepish. What's the other one? Hotepish?
Yeah, Hotepish. That's me playing on some bullshit. Because people like
fake wokeness.
So I had to look it up. I had to look it up. I had to look up what the fuck is Hotep. I never heard of that.
Yeah, that's an old word, but then people like to play on it and say use it as a derogatory term. So I use it and flipped it back. And the ish part is I couldn't say shit. I don't want to say like shit talk, but you can't say it shit, so you gotta go ish.
Hotepish.
So have you been to Afro Punk then?
I haven't been to Afro Punk. I heard about that shit.
Now, Dwann's a Hollywood Bowl season ticket holder, bro.
And I'm mad right now because
it's a big time of year. It's a big
summertime
of the year. Usually I get I had my box seats. I paid for them the whole summer. Man, I had Jill Scott, I had Maxwell.
Nice.
Goddamn, there's all kinds of Charlie Wilson was gonna be back there this year, Earth and Fire.
Like a seal. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I had all them tickets, and all that shit got canceled. Man, it's pissing me off.
You get your money back?
Coldplay too?
Huh?
You was able to see Coldplay too?
Nah, they had tickets for Coldplay.
That's right. They ain't come around. Yeah.
No, he don't go watch Coldplay.
I don't like Coldplay.
Yeah, I'm more Radiohead than Coldplay.
I like a cold brew.
Radiohead is old school, man. Coldplay is anyway.
I'm more Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah, I get that. That's cool.
Yeah, man.
You like jazz, right? You like all the jazz stuff.
I love jazz. I like Latin jazz. I like music that got a live band.
I like Latin jazz, but the only thing I ever hear is Poncho Sanchez. That's it.
That's all they play.
I
There's
don't
so
know.
many other good artists out there, but the only person they play is gonna play. That's all they play is Pancho Sanchez.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? Do you know about an artist? Like,
They'll mix it up. They'll play like the Buena Vista Social Club.
This
Oh yeah,
motherfucker.
Buena Vista Social Club.
Oh, they're good. They're good though. Hey, but
They're dead, but it's all good.
But like they named the whole genre of music for one artist. Shit, Latin jazz.
You're right. All that they'll Tito Puente. Since he's dead, that's all they play is Tom Pancho Sanchez since Tito died. And when Tito was like, Tito Puente was like, yeah, he's one of the main. Yeah, he's one of the main.
Tito Puente's a bad motherfucker. Bro.
Tito Puente's a shit.
Yeah,
I first saw him on a Cosby Show when I was a kid. And that's what got me into it.
Yeah, no, dude. But people sleep on jazz, man. Like, you think jazz making a comeback?
Well, here's the thing with jazz. Jazz has never been. It's America's.
I mean, it's never gone away. It's never gone away.
Yeah, it's America's classic art form, but it's never been the popular form. Like when everybody want to look back at John Coltrane and shit, man, people were listening to Motown back then. They weren't listening to John Coltrane and Miles Davis. Jazz has always kind of been off to the side.
But who kind of like they were considered probably R&B, but like Incognito, they were like a jazz. You know what I'm saying?
They were that fusion sound.
Yeah, fusion.
Yeah,
they kind of made them, and then Kenny G and
Kenny G brought in that. Kenny G brought in that shit where he just basically play a saxophone over an old R&B song. That bullshit.
Right. Perfect. Nailed it.
Yeah, that should be pissing me off. It's like, nah, I'd rather hear Luther Vandross singing than your fucking saxophone. But jazz has always kind of been off to the side. So like, but at the same time, the jazz musicians have always been the sound behind your popular. It's always been your jazz musicians who come up. Like Motown was jazz musicians.
Yeah.
The whole funk era was jazz musicians. And like now, like in today's world, you got the West Coast Get Down, Kamasi Washington, Terrace Martin, Robert Glasper. They're at the top of jazz, but these are the guys playing under Kendrick Lamar for his hits and all kinds of stuff. So it's when you listen to like a lot of the current hip hop,
they played in this Untitled, right?
Yeah, and they played on they produced To Pimp a Butterfly is produced by all jazz artists.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so what'll happen is in your popular music, it'll be a jazz artist that's behind. Like whenever you hear a new sound, something that sounds different, something that sounds innovative throughout American music history, it's usually a jazz musician that's playing country or playing hip hop or playing R&B that's behind it. Like music kind of gets created in jazz and then it gets funneled up to what's popular a little bit later. That's kind of how it works.
My introduction was Jazzmatazz with Guru.
What is
Guru shit, yeah.
What is Rochelle Farrell considered?
Oh, she's a singer. She sings jazz, but she sings jazz now because the music industry don't finance real R&B anymore. So a lot of your really good R&B singers, they had to go over into jazz to get something.
No, Rochelle Farrell's old though.
Yeah, she's old, but she was around in the 80s, but she did jazz. Right. In the 80s, she did a lot of jazz in the 2000s and the 90s.
Yeah, she was more jazz than.
But in the 80s, when they was putting money behind her, she was doing R&B.
Hey, Dwann, you ever listen to Chicano Batman?
No, I never heard him.
No, check it out. Let me know what you think. It's
I'm about to download that shit in my iTunes right now.
They're an East LA group. East LA, right? They're from East Los?
They're not from East LA, but they claim it. So yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
Those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean they're from like San Bernardino, different parts, but they usually perform in downtown LA, Echo Park.
They got an album called Invisible People that just came out. Okay, I'm about to download the shit right now.
So their influences are like Brenton Wood, like they play like a soul type of but they have influence like Mexican influences, like Mexican. So I don't know if you know this, but in the 60s, 70s, Mexican music was influenced by soul music. So they have like a Mexican kind of soul type of.
They got a lot of funk, a lot of like.
So it's funky, jazzy. I like it.
Cumbia, merengue type stuff.
I just downloaded it. I like that kind of shit.
The only thing about their music, it's like the hipster shit. Like they listen to it and that kind of bothers me. That they listen to it.
Yeah.
But
they kind of water shit down.
Yeah, but they're good. But they're good. They were on Conan and shit. They're pretty good, man.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were on Conan. That's how I discovered them. They were on Conan.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch Conan, but I saw like a clip that popped up on YouTube and it said Chicano Batman on Conan. I'm like, the fuck is Chicano Batman? So I yesterday, and funny, Jose yesterday was wearing a shirt like the one you got on right now. but it had like the farmers union with a Batman head. So that's why they call Chicano Batman. So, but I was watching it, and then I looked them up, and I listened to, I think, Lipsticks Black, or what was the song? Lipsticks Black or Black Lipstick?
Black Lips.
Black Lips? No, Black Lipstick it's called. Black Lipstick.
Black Lipstick. Okay, I'm out
and I listened to it, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool little song.
I see that song right here. I just downloaded it.
Yeah, it's a pretty. So I mean, I like it. It's but yeah,
they got picked up by Jack White. Like he was producing for a lot of them. But like their first one was like, you know, they're self-titled, like Chicano Batman, and then they had like what's the other one? Joven Navegante. They got some other stuff.
So they sing in English and Spanish. So, but it'll be like bluesy, soul, like 60s, 70s shit, man. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. You know, I listen to the station. The only thing is, fucking they throw in some other songs in there that are like on Spotify. I'll put a station, then they'll throw in some music in there. I'm like, I don't want to hear this shit. Like, you know what I mean? You know how they try to do that? Like you put like Temptations, but then they'll throw in a fucking, fucking the Monkeys in there. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to hear the fucking Monkeys. What the fuck? From, hey, we're the Monkeys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear this shit, man. Take that shit out. What's that got to do with the Temptations, motherfucker? Like Pandora used to do that shit. That's why I stopped fucking stop fucking with Pandora, man. I don't like that shit.
Right. It takes a long time to get a Pandora list right. And even when you get it right, and then they play a song you like, then now they play the song too fucking much. Like, God damn.
Yeah, I haven't used Pandora like in 6-7 years, something like that.
I was with you. I just started reusing my Pandora about 3 months ago because the car that I've had this car for 2 years now, and I'm just now realizing it had like a direct Pandora access. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I started using it, and it was like, great. I hadn't used it like in 7 or 8 years. Fuck. But then after about a month of using it, I ain't used that shit since because they kept playing them same songs over and over again. Only
reason I use Spotify is because I got a deal where I pay $5 a month and I got Spotify and Showtime together.
Oh, shit.
It's Spotify, Showtime, and something else.
Hulu.
And Hulu. You pay $4.99. $4.99 for all three.
Cause I'm paying $10 a month for iTunes right now.
Oh man, you gotta get off iTunes.
Yeah. See, but no, right, I'm gonna get off it because I just found this other software that when you download music, it can actually rip the music and keep it into your hard drive. I just found that. So all this music I got through SoundCloud, through iTunes, I'm about to just download it all.
So Spotify, you could do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do it on Spotify too, can't you?
Yep.
Yeah, you can actually keep the music.
Oh,
so I'm about to just download all this shit just in case I ever decide to cancel this shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I like Spotify on a desktop or on a laptop because I can listen to the whole album. But on my phone, like it'll skip the songs from the album, not in order. And I'm like old school like that. Like I want to hear it from beginning to end.
So who's a new school cat you like? Who's a new school cat you like? Not like, let's say hip hop. Who's a new school cat you like, Doc? Because I'm like, I'm becoming that old man where I'm like, hey, I don't listen to that shit.
I'm one of those dudes where like I bob my head to it, but it's not like it ain't even new because I'm more still listening to like Drake and I still like Future and some of the stuff Migos put out and the other kids is just like because all the music is the same shit. It's not like it's like feeding you anything. So you just like, oh yeah, okay, they selling crack.
What do you think about artists like? What do you think? What do you think?
Robbing niggas. Okay, you gonna shoot a nigga if you go into the club if he act up. Okay, yeah. Oh, and you got Cristal and bitches. It's like the same. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not like this.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Yeah, they say with another a hot. You know what makes the songs what they are today is more so the beat.
Yeah.
Than both the artist and the beat.
Well, what do you think about an artist like? What do you think about an artist like Bad Bunny?
Who was that?
All right, never heard of him. No, he's like they're starting to push these Latin what's that music called? Reggaeton stars. Like he just made a song with
been hot. I listen to old ones though, like
Aventura
and Don Omar. I listen to that. Queen Evie and all. I go back there. Like,
all that music has its African roots, man.
Daddy Yankee,
Caribbean.
I like the little young guy, Osuna.
Osuna, yeah.
Yeah, Solita. I like that song. That's a hit right there. Solita. All right, let's go. Hey, that's the goal right there.
It's funny because as men, you like anything that'll make a woman's panties wet.
Exactly.
Like you don't.
If she's moving, I'm moving right behind her.
Like it's funny because we'll say, "Oh, I like hip hop," but then you hear some shit like "fuck that shit." Then you see girls liking it, you're like, "Fuck it, I'll listen to it." Fuck it.
Hey, when that dude say, he say, "Voy a con desarmado o con la pistola," I'll be like, "All right, let's go, nigga." I'm gonna come on, I need to come on with the pistol.
You saw Snoop.
Crunk.
You saw Snoop Dogg made a song with Banda MS.
Yeah, I heard it. Oh, it's okay. When
Snoop Dogg's smart. He's marketing himself, bro. He's fucking smart.
Yeah, but Snoop definitely, you can all like almost feel the unauthentic of it, like when it's like he's trying to, you know what I mean? Like he had
like when he rebranded him as a pimp, and then he rebranded himself again as like a reggae artist.
Like
Snoop Lion.
To do that music, and then now he's doing it. It's like, nigga.
I look at Snoop. I look at it a little different because I appreciate, because like one thing artists, artists is a comic as artists. It's boundaries. You always want to explore new shit.
Yeah.
But a lot of artists get comfortable and get scared.
Yeah.
You know how to get, like as a comedian, you know how to get the laughs off this particular way of doing it. You got a feeling on the inside of you. You want to expand, but it's so many cats that don't take that leap.
Yeah.
And the same thing in music. You know what I mean? You do a certain music, like you look at Miles Davis. Miles Davis in jazz. I look at Snoop the same way Miles Davis' career was. Miles Davis, he innovated, and he kept going, and he kept going. And then by the time Miles Davis got to the 70s, people was like, what the fuck are you doing, Miles Davis? Miles Davis was not popular the last 20 years he did music. Everybody wanted Miles Davis to go back to being Birth of the Cool Miles Davis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I'm on to some other shit. And then especially when he brought in, when these synthetic processors came, the old school jazz people was like, that's not real music. And Miles Davis was like, fuck you, I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And so I look at Snoop as somebody who's just fearless to keep trying new shit. He don't mind sucking. Yeah. Like he did this one Johnny Cash song on Ego Tripping called "Get My Money, Buy My Medicine." When he did that song, I was like, okay, see, this motherfucker just don't give a shit. He just don't care. This song sucks.
Well, you're right about that, because I'm coming from a hater standpoint of just, I like Snoop. Stop that shit. But
Hey, you being honest, Doc?
Dude, I love Snoop, man. I ain't gonna lie. I love Snoop, man.
I'm a huge Snoop fan.
Me too, man.
And in certain albums like Malice in Wonderland, I thought Malice in Wonderland was horrible. You know what I mean? But I thought Bush was great. I'm not fucking with no Snoop Lion or no gospel Snoop.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, you tried it, I respect it, but I ain't buying it.
Yeah. Somebody bought it. Somebody bought it.
I think the last Snoop one I got was like The Last Meal. I think like I bumped that. That was like his last one.
That was my shit. I love that album.
With Master P. Like that was like the last one to get out of that deal. But before that, it's like Dogfather and Doggy Style and Murder Was the Case and stuff like that.
Snoop had like a lot of, he had blue carpet treatment. That shit was hot.
Oh, and Rhythm and Gangster was good too.
Rhythm and Gangster was hot. Egos. Yeah. I thought the album that Snoop did in 2015 with Pharrell, Bush. I thought that was a good album.
Which one was that?
It didn't get much play. It didn't really get pushed like that. But I thought it was some good music on that album.
Who produced it? Pharrell?
Pharrell did the whole album.
So let me ask you: could you say, and it's in your own weird way, is Snoop underappreciated as an artist?
Yeah, I think he's definitely underappreciated because people want to tie him back always to the gangster shit, and the gangster was a moment in time in his career.
Yeah,
and it was actually very early in his career. He's evolved so many times over, but I don't think he gets the appreciation for his evolution. Because the cool thing about it is every area he's evolved to, the people in that music like him. The people, when he did gospel, the people who listen to gospel like that shit. I hate gospel music. I feel like
Snoop getting overshadowed by niggas like Jay-Z. That's why.
Yeah, he get, but look at Jay-Z.
Jay-Z hasn't, like going back to Dwann said, Jay-Z hasn't fucking wandered into into other realms of music.
Jay-Z does what's safe. He stays safe. He stays with formula. And if it's somebody new that's coming up that's hot, he gonna jump on their shit so he can get their audience. But he's gonna keep it safe. Like even when he did the 444, now all the people been asking him to do that shit back in the 90s. But he was he even said it in his own rhymes. He said, I could rap like Common Sense, but I'm here to make sense. So I do this other shit instead. I don't respect it. It's cool.
Lyrically, I'm Talib Kweli.
About chasing the money. Wherever the money is, that's where he is.
And you know what? That's cool. And for the people who are into that, that's cool. But on the artist side of the game, artists and money are two different things.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna have an artist question, I can't put Jay-Z there. Another reason why I can't put Jay-Z there, he stole too many lines. Like, goddamn, every important thing he said, somebody else said before that.
Yeah.
He had everybody goddamn lines.
And I'm like, I'd rather give credit to the person who thought about it first.
How many rhymes of bigs are gonna come out your fat lips?
You're right.
Oh, when Nas fucking did the ether on his ass. Oh,
man.
That ether.
That
But
either
you
was
know
a
what's
shit.
funny? Jay-Z fans be like, "Nah, that wasn't that good." I'll be like, "Man, get the fuck shit."
Dude, the only thing Jay-Z fans can say off of that battle was like condoms in your baby seat. Other than that, like,
you Tybo hole, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I said he called this dude a Tybo hole.
Fuck you and your fat lips.
No, what you think? No, what you think you getting girls because of your looks?
Yeah, he said, "I rock hoes, you rock fellas." I said, "Man, get the fuck." The way he played with that whole man, I said, "Fuck out of here."
And then if you want to go further back, like Beyonce was with Nas in that Genuine video before she was ever with Jay-Z. Like, so they were like, if you go back,
Nas wasn't with her though, like that. Because I don't know if you know the story behind Beyonce, but she was a virgin when she hooked up with Jay.
No, she was with Marcus Houston before Jay.
Yeah.
Right, but that dude, he ain't never seen
Marcus Houston. Yeah, Marcus Houston, yeah.
I understand.
They tried to kind of clean her image up the way they did Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. Everybody knew Whitney Houston was a roundaway girl, but when she got with Bobby Brown, they tried to make it seem like it was something a little different. Like, no. Whitney, you was that chick. Beyonce, you was with and she was with somebody. It was somebody else.
Dude, I want to say she was with Nas too, though, man. Like,
she could have been.
Hey, so what about Nas? Is Nas underappreciated?
I think so.
Yeah,
because I mean, he's one of my favorites.
Nas is one of my favorites.
Well, I can't say he's underappreciated.
Has a boring monotone style of rapping.
Who? Nas?
Yeah, he just like.
You think he's boring?
Yeah, not that he can not what his content. His content is good, but when you listen to Nas rap, you get kind of sleepy a little bit. It's like,
but Wu-Tang is the same, bro. And Wu-Tang is held in that. They all sound. They don't. Their voices don't variate.
Yeah, but
I think they do. And Wu-Tang, yes, they do.
So?
Yes.
No.
Raekwon doesn't sound like Inspector Deck. Doesn't sound like Ghostface.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
That grimy style to them. Like that's what I mean. Like Nas is more like a.
Yeah, he does have the same the same type of tone, the same type of cadence, like across.
Do that again, Doc.
You seen some real fucking like in him with that ether. Fuck Jay-Z. You who? You? Let me tell you something. Then he come in like, nigga, you heard my stuff. You're like, what? Come on, Nas, give it to him.
And that's a good point, Doc. That's a good point, man.
But I think Nas has like that. I think Nas is.
I said, where the fuck this Nas been right here? Shit. He has this like this. Man, it was like Jay-Z.
I think it's because he came out the gate with Illmatic so hard. Like even like with Represent, like he had that energy too in Represent, and then he had like that storytelling. He had that storytelling vibe, like in One Love and.
Bro, the album he has with Damian Marley is fucking good, bro.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that.
No. Distant Relatives or Native Relatives. Native Relatives.
No, Distant Relatives.
I have it right over here.
That's a good album.
That's good too.
I like Damian Marley too, so. But that's a good fucking album. I like that album. So you gotta check that one out.
Because I gotta try that out.
I think Nas is like he has like a cool voice, like a cool style. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like you're saying.
He has a cool style, but he's always rapped over the worst goddamn beats. That shows you. I think that's
come on,
why
man. He had a bunch of primo beats too, though.
Yeah, but it's just like his voice often clashed with his music. He didn't really ride it.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can hear that too, though.
It's this thing that kind of just lull you, like, man.
Hey, Doc, how is it? If I ruled the world, huh?
It's like he's just like, man. I'd be like, dog.
But what about lyrically, dude?
Yeah, he's dope. There's no doubt.
Yeah, he is dope. Yeah,
he's one of the top 5 in some people's top 5.
Yeah,
he ain't sloppy with his writing. I just get be honest.
I wouldn't put him on Vanilla Ice's level.
He's trying to put Jay in the top 5, and I'll be like, fuck.
Hey, Doc, I'm with you, dog. Hey, look, Doc, you can't. How you gonna be the best again when everything you said somebody else said first, like lyrically, and then on top of that, if you go back and look at Jay, he's not an original. When Memphis Bleak was hotter than him, he was kind of sounding a little bit like Memphis Bleak.
Right.
Then when Biggie was hotter than him, then he switched over to sound like Biggie.
true.
Like Jay-Z's talent is taking what you do and doing it. I'll give him credit and doing it better. He'll take what you do and do it better.
Have you heard what is it with Jay Electronica and Jay-Z, that new album that came out?
I didn't like that because Jay Electronica. I heard the album. That's nothing I like about Jay-Z. His fucking ego. That was Jay Electronica's album. Sit your blowhard ass down. Grab your 16 bars and shut the fuck up.
I bought Cash Money and Hoes for DMX. I was so much of a DMX fan, man, and that's another dude that people sleep on.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Hey Doc, you bring up a good point because back when hip hop was on top, Jay-Z was around then. He couldn't cut through until all the G's left.
Yeah,
got killed.
Got killed or fell off.
Drugs. It was
drugs.
Like, yeah.
Jay-Z ruled the weakest era of hip hop. That's the early 2000s when everything was about chains and gold and Fluffy and fucking Joe Button. Them sorry ass early 2000 songs. Jay-Z ruled that era.
Are you guys up on the versus battles? The versus battle's coming up this Monday with Jadakiss versus Fabulous.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Hey, Jada spit bars though. I ain't gonna
Who you guys got between that? They're gonna go 20 records each.
Jada and who?
Fabulous.
Oh, I got Jada on.
I got Jadakiss on that.
Yeah, Fabulous ain't.
Yeah, you're Jose's a big Jadakiss fan. He's the one that turned me on.
Fabulous ain't never been like. Fabulous just had a couple good beats with the shit that he raps about. You know, Breathe was one of them songs that was hot. But Fabulous, I just ain't never been a fan of him like that.
Yeah, he gonna spell his name out in every song, and that's about it.
Yeah, F4FABOO. You're like, damn.
You know what? I'm excited for this battle because it's New York. It's like real, like grimy bars, nothing but like straight up bars. So it's gonna be.
That's even worse to use him as one of them. You know what I mean? If you
I mean, Fabulous. I mean, have you heard some of his Soul Tape mixtapes or Summertime Shootout mixtapes? He got pretty good. They're up there.
Yeah, well,
I mean, if check out this Monday on Versus. I mean, on Versus TV on Instagram or YouTube or wherever. It's gonna be a good battle.
Well, what is it gonna be on? You said
it's called Versus VERZUZ TV.
Okay.
Versus TV, and it's produced by Swiss Beat. So last week it was Alicia Keys versus John Legend. The week before that, it was Elephant Man versus Buju. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. We all win. That
had to be the least interesting one ever. John Legend versus Alicia Keys.
It was good, man. It was good.
You saw it?
Yeah, because I didn't know that John Legend did the keys for Everything Is Everything on Lauryn Hill. So you get deep into the catalog.
Okay, that's cool to hear that.
That shit, but John Legend ain't no nigga that. I don't even know how he's so popular. I be like, man, this nigga, man. This is what internet does for niggas. Like him and girl, I be like, man, what the fuck is going on with this nation anyway?
John Legend looks like a dairy cow.
Yeah.
2%.
Man, John Legend, it's like
he does an oat milk.
A song from this dude. It's just like
he did a lot of the Rick Ross stuff that he did.
I know Bruce.
Who did? John Legend?
I know what's the little nigga name? I know his songs before I know John shit. Bruno Mars. I can fucking
Bruno Mars.
Hey, nigga, come on, nigga.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know shit about John Legend.
Man.
Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys. I know who she is. I know who they both are. I couldn't tell you a title of their songs. I cannot tell you.
Hey, you're not missing nothing, Cisco. You're not missing anything, brother.
My wife's a fucking Alicia Keys fan. I think most women are. They like Alicia Keys and all that shit.
Oh, speaking of Alicia Keys, I went to the Hollywood Bowl, and it was Ron Isley's birthday, and it was Ron Isley and Alicia Keys, and I'll never forget. It was a good show, and yeah, I remember it was at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, I missed that one. I bet that was a good show. I love the Isley Brothers.
That was maybe like 2007, 2006, around then.
Now, if you're talking about underrated, Cisco, we gotta go with Ron Isley.
Damn.
But do you know Ron Isley's the only person to have a #1 hit in 5 consecutive decades?
Damn.
Really?
People don't understand. He made.
Is one of the top.
Yeah, he is. But like, when people talk about Kings, the top, you don't hear it. They all want the top, but when people talk about the top, they never get mentioned. That's what I'm saying. Because
the Isley brothers, Ronald Isley, never. Yeah.
They made Twist and Shout a hit before the Beatles in the '60s. And then we don't have to talk about the 70s. They just hits every goddamn year. In the 80s. And then he came back in the 90s and made hits for R. Kelly and then in the 2000s.
Yeah, Down Low.
Yeah, all that shit. Yeah.
Who's this sleeping in my bed?
And you know what makes it, you know why you're never going to get a Ron Isley again? It's because in music today, they try to make everybody look pretty. Ron Isley was an ugly motherfucker. And the best, them thick ass eyebrows, he could look into the sun and not squint. Oh, Jane, he right, Doc.
You're like, God damn, man, this motherfucker, they weren't no lookers. You said, man.
But they had that talent like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
who's that?
James Brown.
Oh, James Brown.
Yeah, them niggas wasn't no, you look, even some of them, like the Commodore, some of them niggas, you like.
Apartment Funkadelic, they all look homeless.
Yeah, they look like shit.
I'm thinking
about everybody with loaded.
I'm thinking about album covers, and I'm just like, fuck, there's some pretty ugly motherfuckers.
There's a lot of ugly motherfuckers back there, but they had talent.
Ron Isley came out with a mink jersey.
Hey, but even when you look at
did he?
Yeah.
Lionel Richie. Hoes wasn't dropping their panties for like. I ain't never heard women back in the day.
Oh, for Lionel Richie they did.
Oh damn.
For Lionel Richie they did.
But
so is John Legend the knockoff Lionel Richie?
He's a knockoff Lionel Richie. Yeah.
There you go. They the same type of dude.
I love Lionel. It's just that fucking clay head that they had in the Hello video. That shit pissed me off. That clay skull that they made.
You talking about in the class?
In the class.
You could only see with her hands.
It's funny too, cause like my wife's dad produced all of Lionel Richie's hits.
No shit.
For real? Word?
Yeah, he produced the Commodores, Lionel Richie, early Jackson 5. He produced all their hits.
Damn, man.
Hey, speaking of Jackson 5, you watched that show Atlanta?
I've seen episodes of it. I'm not that into it.
Oh, that's a good show, bro. That's a good. Donald Glover is a.
Yeah, he is.
We talked about
Donald Glover's good.
He's talented as fuck, bro. But that show, they did this episode. Oh, he's gonna go. I think he's going somewhere. He did this episode where they did a what was it? The Teddy. What was his name? Teddy what?
Teddy Perkins or something like that.
Teddy Perkins, and it's like. It's kind of like a play, like Teddy Perkins represents like Michael Jackson and shit. Like he goes into this home, and this dude's kind of like it's very how would you call it? Like he's like the only guy there, and he comes out of the shadows, and it's kind of creepy, bro. It's really fucking creepy.
The play on that episode is so Teddy Perkins is this, I guess, this phenomenal piano player or whatever. And the only reason he's a phenomenal piano player is because his dad used to beat his ass until he got perfect. Yeah. So it's all like, the best people come from, abusive fathers, like, Serena Williams' father, Michael Jackson's father, Joe Jackson, freaking Tiger Woods' dad. Like, and it's like, without their motivation, they wouldn't get anywhere. And so like they play on that in the whole episode. And I was like, damn, like maybe he's right. Like maybe you need like this traumatic upbringing from your father to make you one of the best players ever.
So I used to do this joke. I used to do this bit because I saw Michael Jordan. Was his dad abusive?
No,
he was a gambler. I got into it with Corey Holcomb one day because Corey Holcomb is the biggest Kobe Bryant hater. And I remember saying, "Oh, he snitched on Shaq. He snitched on Shaq." I said, "Bro, Michael Jordan got his dad killed." He
It don't get worse than that.
And Corey goes, damn, you went for the jugular on that one.
That's what happened, allegedly.
I go, you got you.
Yeah. Remember that Mafia dude was saying that there's possibility that could have happened. My man Michael Franchese or whatever, he said a high possibility. Really?
Michael Franchese said it?
Yeah, he says a high possibility. He didn't say it did that was the case.
Oh, of course he ain't gonna say it. Fuck. He ain't stupid. He's from the old Goodfellas fucking.
But he said for sure that Hoffa and Kennedy was killed by the Mafia.
Well, wasn't that what the Irishman was about?
That.
Yeah, but he said that the Irishman, wasn't the one that actually killed him. He said he knows the guy that killed Hoffa.
Jimmy Hoffa? Damn.
Yeah. He knows. He actually said he knows where Hoffa is buried, or where they dumped him. And he just said all he said is it's somewhere wet.
With the fishes.
He's somewhere in the Pacific then.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up, fellas.
All right.
I appreciate it, Cisco.
Been on for over 2 hours. I mean, we go like 3 hours, 4 hours. We've gone as long as that.
Yeah,
and but look at that. Doc's like, you recording?
I'm about to go in a sugar coma right now.
Doc was like, you recording again? God damn.
You know how it is, Doc. You got to get that product to the people, man. You got to push it.
Doc, wait a minute. You say that, and it's funny because Jose is the one that pushes me because every day I get a text around 1 o'clock. We potting tonight. Are we potting tonight? every day, dog. Every day.
Yeah, shit, you talking to a dude that don't even do it once a year. I don't fuck with it. I'm a lazy motherfucker, so that's just me talking shit. You know?
But what else are we gonna do? What else are we gonna do? Hey, but what else are we gonna do? I mean, I ain't doing it.
If you want it, man, fuck it. If you having fun with it, what does it matter?
Last week I did a Zoom comedy show and I fucking hated it. You know, like, I mean, it was exactly what I thought it was gonna be. It was exactly because at first I told him, I said, nah, I don't want to do it. But he's like, nah, just do it, man. It's better than you think. And then when I did it, I was like, nah, this is exactly what I thought it would be. It's not the same. You need a live fucking on. You know what? I'm
gotta lower your expectations, man.
I'm thinking I'm gonna just fucking do like, you know, Red Fox. Red Fox used to just invite people and they used to record in a living room.
In the living room, yeah.
He would do comedy and shit. I'm fucking thinking, yeah, he had like fucking 30 tapes. He had like 30 cassettes.
Hey, Cisco, that'd be a good idea, and I think you'd be a great comic to pull that shit off too.
Why?
Yeah. And that's a good ass idea to do something like that.
Yeah, and record them and just fucking dump CDs every week. My new mixtape. Check out my new mixtape.
Yeah, dude. I mean, mixtape Mondays, dude. That's what they do.
Yeah. You know, because dude, Red Fox is fucking like my idol, bro. That's Sanford and Son is my #1 show of all time. I can tell you every episode. If you just tell me something, I know that episode. I don't know the title of the show, but
my grandfather used to know him, Red Fox. Dude. He's still alive too, 96 years old. My grandfather.
Damn.
And
hey, shout out to your grandpa.
It was like about 2 years ago. I was asking about Red Fox. I was like, what? I said, was he really funny? He was like, shit. I'm the one with the motherfucking jokes, not him. You know how people always gotta talk shit.
I didn't know. You know, I didn't know Red Fox ran with what's his name?
Malcolm X.
Well, Malcolm X and Bumpy Johnson.
Bumpy Johnson, yeah.
I didn't know that shit.
Yeah, but you know, he was.
Yeah, no, well, he's from St. Louis, right?
He's from St. Louis, and when he's in Boston, he was really close to Malcolm X. Okay. And then that's how he got in. He got in with Malcolm through Bumpy Johnson.
Okay. But yeah, dude. Yeah. So I didn't know all that shit, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And he just went off on his own. So like when people used to say, "Oh, you know, Lenny Bruce was groundbreaking," and Lenny Bruce is a fucking legend. But what Lenny Bruce was doing, Red Fox was doing way before fucking Lenny Bruce. It's just that Lenny Bruce started doing it with white people. I mean, there's no way they're gonna let Red Fox go in front of white people and say the shit he said. You know, Lenny Bruce was the first white Jewish cat that go in front of white people and start doing it. That's why they started arresting his ass.
Yeah, but Red Fox, to me, he wasn't what Lenny Bruce was on the streets as far as comedically wise.
No. Well, the different style comedy. I mean, Red Fox is a throwback comic, bro.
Yeah, Lenny Bruce had the mainstream's ear, but Red Fox had been 10 years on the streets had approved of Red Fox doing that same kind of thing because he would sell all his albums. Like, he couldn't keep his albums. The minute a Red Fox, my grandmother used to tell me that, the minute a Red Fox album dropped, the whole neighborhood, you hear them playing the Red Fox albums.
Yeah,
But
my
it
dad
just
had the
didn't-
45s, bro. Of you gotta wash your ass. The album.
He was when that show hit, when that Sanford and Son hit, Red Fox was like 20 years in.
Yeah.
By then he had been
probably
doing
more
it.
than that. Probably more.
Yeah,
than
probably
that.
more than that. Probably 30.
Because you're talking about 70s, bro. He probably been around since the 40s.
And my grandfather used to hang out with him in the 50s, in the 60s when he first came to LA.
Okay, yeah, no, he been around.
Hey,
Dude, you talking about Malcolm X, the 30s and shit, the 40s, 20s, 30s.
You know, speaking on albums, I never I've liked Bill Cosby, but not like that.
Bill Cosby's a genius, bro.
But man, it's this album I heard of his from back in the day, and man, that nigga had a bit that was so motherfucking real. I said, what the fuck? And he talk about being in Vietnam and storming the beaches of Normandy and shit. And he give you this whole graphic of everything, and he talk about the shooting and the war going on. I go, what the fuck?
The king of storytelling, bro.
Dog, Bill hit you with some shit. Like, the nigga he said, you know how in every movie you see that one dude, whenever their friend gets shot in the war, that one dude that go crazy and be like, oh, fuck. You know what I'm saying? And he go and run out and try to help his boy. He said, so when they was in the bunker, he said one of the dudes was out there and he gets shot and his boy was in the bunker with them and he goes crazy. He's like, oh, shit, they shot Charlie. And, you know, Bill Cosby was a medic. He was a medic in the Vietnam War.
Damn, I didn't know this.
Right. So he said when the dude got shot and his boy started going crazy, he go, oh, fuck. And he said the dude jump out the bunker, start running out there. He said the dude winds up getting shot. And he saying the first thing this nigga yells is, I need a medic. He was like, man.
No, but Bill Cosby's storytelling.
So fucking hard to sell you, man.
Bill Cosby's storytelling, dude, is like unparalleled, man.
That is great.
Oh, shit right now. If y'all gonna listen to that shit, y'all be like, man, that shit's so fucking funny, dog. I said, what the fuck?
Well, I like this bit about building the ark. Noah building the ark. That shit was fucking funny, dude. But anyways, fellas, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you guys for coming on, spending a Saturday evening. You know, good seeing you, Dwann. I mean, I know it's been a while. We've been like, hey, Dwann, can you come on? Can you go on? And you're always welcome back. You're always welcome back because I just do it. We're in a pandemic, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? We didn't even get to the social issues that I was hoping we could get into because I know you got your opinions and I respect them. You know, you got a lot of valid shit. It's like you're not a dude that just throws shit out there, and see if the wind blows it which way. You're well informed, man. And I
appreciate
like
that, man.
And the same
thing. I
thing.
talk to you about that back. That's a dope ass background. Like I said, we gotta talk about this shit, man.
Just let me know what you want. I'll do it.
All right.
It takes me like 20 minutes, 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. And Doc, man, thank you. You know, you too, man. You always animated, dog, with your shit. You get passionate about your shit.
And Doc be looking so straight faced. You don't.
Yeah, he'll be over here like, okay, you niggas let me listen.
Adjusting his glasses, yeah, all that shit. Yeah, last time he was on here with us, Jose, Doc was all like, yeah, man, and then yeah, I've been here, but then this fucking bitch, man, she fucking got in my face. And like he starts off like really mellow. Then
he got two speeds. Either he's like trying to collect money from you, like trying to get the rent money from you, or he's either laid back in a sugar coma. Like it's one or the other.
That's what people say. They like, man, you should be a Gemini. You got like two goddamn signs. Yeah, I know. All right, y'all. Y'all take care, man.
Take care, Doc.
All right,
hey, Dwann, nice meeting you, man. Dude, you got knowledge, man. You got a lot of knowledge, man. You spit that.
I appreciate it, dog. I'll be back on here anytime.